Lack of relationship. Yeah.
All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Uh-oh. There we go. What's up, everybody? One more time. Okay. Welcome to another session of the Kava podcast, After Dark session, live out of San Francisco. As you guys can see, I'm joined with some beautiful ladies here tonight. We have a great topic to discuss, another hot topic for you guys on this podcast show. You guys already know my name is Will. I'm your top dog. I'm the host of this show, number one Polynesian podcast in the world. Oops, wrong one. There we go. All right, we have a great show planned for you guys. Get your popcorn ready. Let's get it.
What are we arguing about?
A man is gonna do what a man wants to do.
Yes, all on your wrist. Make you my wife, you no longer my bitch.
Let's get it. My name is Will. I'm the host of this show, the number one Polynesian podcast in the world.
Dripping in Versace. All these other hoes trying to copy.
Women tend to bounce around in relationships. They can't stick and stay in a long-term relationship.
Again, don't agree with this.
So let's say, are you still in it? Are you still in it?
No. So you're basically saying I'm a whore.
This content is not suitable for the children under the age of 18 without adult supervision. Please be advised.
So I just wanted to take the time and make this video to apologize to absolutely nobody. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, welcome back to another session of the Kava podcast. After Dark session, we have a great show planned for you guys, and we have a full panel for tonight. As always, people who watch the channel, watch the pod, tune in every single night. Thank you so much. Oh, shout out to Fatty with the super chat already right in the beginning. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. All right, Team Fatty with the super chat. Have a great show, Will. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for always supporting my show. But as always, thank you so much. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you love the content. And of course, don't forget this is a public show. So if you're tuning in for the very first time, you guys get the opportunity to join in and be part of the podcast. I know a lot of you guys reach out to me on the other social media platforms, especially on Instagram, asking me, how do I join in if I'm not from California? Because you guys know I'm from San Francisco. So there is a way for you guys to join virtually. You have to subscribe and become a supporting member on my locals. That link is posted on the bottom of the description of the video. Click on it. You become a supporting member of my locals, and you'll be able to access that link. In the last hour of the podcast, you guys will be able to have an opportunity to jump on like a Zoom call, a video Zoom call, and join us and have direct conversations with these beautiful ladies here tonight. So all the fellas out there, all the ladies, if you want to jump on from anywhere part of the world, wherever you are in the world, as long as you have a laptop, phone, computer, you can join us virtually. And that link is on the description of the video, the locals link. And of course, the locals link, that's the best way to support me. A lot of you guys support my channel and support my podcast financially. So subscribe to my locals. You get exclusive content on my locals. You get direct access to me. If you want to talk to me directly, have any questions, any things you want to ask me directly, have conversations, you can access me through my locals. And of course, you get the different perks and opportunity to jump on my Friday night shows and my Saturday night shows with the ladies. Okay, don't forget, if you have something to say, it's pinned to the top of this live chat. If you have something to say, you want us to hear it because you're adding on to our discussions, whether you agree or disagree, drop it like Fatty, Team Fatty, drop it like drop a super chat. I'll be able to read it. I'll put it on the screen for you guys, for everyone to read and see, and I'll be able to respond to you guys. So I know a lot of you guys want to say something and then that to add on to the conversations that we're having on to here tonight. So the best way to be heard, for us to hear your voice, ask it through a super chat and donate financially to the channel, and I'll be able to read it for you guys. And don't forget, I do have other shows throughout the week, so I'm gonna plug in my shows. So if you guys can't, if you're not from the Bay Area, you're not from San Francisco, but you still want to be a part of a panel and join the debates, I host a Wednesday Hot Topic virtual online podcast where I invite people from different parts of the world, and we're able to have the same podcast but online virtually. So If you want to participate with that one, reach out to me on my social media platforms, and I'll be able to connect with you and add on to the panel. Don't forget my Thursday night shows, Mask on My Podcast, where we focus on male masculinity, self-improvement, and purpose for men to become better leaders, better fathers, and better men. For all the fellas out there, tap in for that podcast. And that's a public podcast as well. So all the fellas out there looking for guidance, purpose, and self-improvement, you can join me on that podcast. And we talk a lot of topics about men to become better and better men. And of course, we have the Friday night shows for the Pacific Islander podcast, where we talk about Pacific Islander topics. I know a lot of you guys are Pacific Islander. If you want to join that podcast as well, that's a public podcast as well. You guys can join, and we talk about different topics within the community. Okay. And of course, to all the fellas out there, I just want to throw it out there. I challenge you guys to go on the locals and be part of the conversation with the ladies. One of the things I see with a lot of young men today is you guys live vicariously through the internet and not going out there and have practical experience talking to women. The only way you can improve talking to women is talking to women. So I encourage you guys. I know a lot of you guys here on the live chat, a lot of you guys here talk your shit, but you guys can't do that in real life, having a conversation with a woman. So I challenge you guys to be better men, learn to communicate, learn to be able to articulate your thoughts and be effective in your communication. And I challenge you guys to do that and join and be part of the locals and the Mask on My Podcast and come on and talk to these ladies. So I just want to challenge the fellas out there. Don't be a simp like BL17 said. Don't be a simp. Just hit that like and subscribe button, but don't be a simp, but improve. A lot of you guys are living through the internet and not going out there and improve and get practical experience. And I challenge you guys out there, stop living on the live chat. Come on the locals, click on that link, become a supporting member, and come talk directly to the ladies. And of course, I want to plug in for all the Bay Area. If you're in California and you're watching this right now, this is hosted live out of San Francisco. So if you want to jump on and be part of a panel, reach out to me on my social media platforms, specifically IG. That's the best way to reach out to me. And you'll be able to come on and be part of the podcast. We got ladies from the Bay Area. We got ladies from the Valley. We got ladies everywhere. And we're just here tonight in San Francisco. We're going to turn up. We got the bottles here and the Kava as well. All right. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight. But nevertheless, that's pretty much all my YouTube stuff, all my intros. Thank you so much. We have a great show planned for you guys, and let's get that live chat popping. You know, I see the viewership is increasing right now. You guys are just starting to come in. Let's get that live chat popping. I know you guys have some new faces watching this right now. If you recognize these ladies or you guys recognize this panel, show some love in the live chat. Say hello. Say hello in the live chat. Let me know you guys exist. And don't be a creep. Don't be a ninja watcher. All right. Don't just watch and say nothing. That's creepy. All right. This is a live stream. Right. So talk, communicate. All right. So nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody out there. And that's all my stuff. Let me pass to the ladies. But before I allow these beautiful ladies to introduce themselves, we got to get the Kava flowing in our veins. So let's get to all the Kava drinkers out there. All right, all over the world. And of course, you guys already know I have the Kava cup right here, the Kava. So let me get all the ladies try out the Kava for the first time, except Lorna. Lorna know what this is.
I overdid it last time.
Okay.
Overdid it. Yeah, I drank like 5 bowls.
All right, let's try 5.5.
You make it stronger this time. I just take 3 bowls.
Okay.
It's really not relaxing.
Yeah, it just relaxes you. Yeah.
Quit
It's a,
smoking tree, right? I went to the Kava bar by the lake in Lakeland. There's a quirky little group over there, but wow. I sent it in there.
Okay.
Kava bar.
all right, so ladies, traditionally in our culture, when we about to drink some Kava, we always raise the cups and we offer words of endearment towards each other. And then everybody goes down the panel and then we drink it. So my words of endearment, thank you so much for making the time. I appreciate you guys, all the love and happiness for you guys. And, I'll give you mine.
Oh, no.
Well, like mine's leaking.
Okay. And I'll use a cup. Give me a cup.
Just kidding. I'm not
Oh, is that how it goes?
Give me extra. Okay. I'll use this one. There's probably a hole in this one. I'm gonna throw it away. Okay. The napkin's right there by the water.
Oh, thank you so much. See, look how heavy, right?
Just give us a moment, guys. Just give us a moment. There we go.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Continuing on. Okay. But yeah, we always offer words of endearment. So my words of endearment, thank you so much for making the time. Wish you guys love and happiness. And if you guys are single, I wish you guys find your ideal man. Okay. Pass it to you, Vanessa.
C'est la vie. Everything happens for a reason. We know that, and take it as a sign from God, and keep going on.
Okay. Angela.
I mean, this is my second time here, but
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to be here with one of my besties over there. And believe it or not, 30 days ago, we manifested this in her dining room. We were just spent hours just talking about relationships and dating, you know, how just it's so hard in the Bay Area. And she's like, we should do a podcast. I said, yeah, you know, people are always telling me to get on a podcast, but how do we even start? And then you hit me up, and then here we are. So it only took 30 days to manifest.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. Blessed, for sure.
Okay.
And highly
Thank you, Lanika.
Okay, for sure.
No, thank you for coming last minute. Thank you. All right. And Lorna? Oh, wait.
I love you. And you guys are beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Don't forget it.
All right. Thank you so much, Lorna.
Thank you for opening up your home to us.
Yes.
I appreciate all of you ladies so far. I love your energy, and I can't wait to start talking and get to know you all.
All right. Let's raise it up and then drink. All right. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, say Ofa
Alpha.
Atu.
Atu.
Ofa Atu, y'all. Ofa Atu.
Does that mean like one love?
Just love you.
I love the chalky taste.
What do you guys think?
I'm into it.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
good.
Yeah?
Tastes like healthy.
Healthy.
I used to drink this bentonite clay,
Mhm.
and it's like supposed to pull all the toxins from your, from your body,
Mhm.
and you mix it with water, and it tastes just like this.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
Like-
it has that
like-
clayey taste. I like that chalky.
But you'll notice that it'll start numbing your tongue a little bit.
Mm.
That will happen.
Is it ginger in it?
No ginger.
Yeah.
Come on, try this. Like a big barrel.
It's an analgesic, I guess, right?
Yeah, it just relaxes you. All right. All right. No worries. Off out to everybody out there. And you guys already know I always got to rep my tongues out there. Okay. All my teas out there. You guys already know all my teas out there. All right. All the teas out there. Thank you so much. But we have a great show planned for you guys. Ladies, thank you so much. Let's get right to it. All right. Because we got a lot to discuss tonight. Okay. And ladies, don't forget when you do speak, just speak closer to the mic. So with the audio, it's a lot better for everybody. And of course, give me an audio check. All right. So do a quick audio check on the live stream. Let me know how's the audio for you guys watching this right now. Just let me know in the live chat. If there's issues with the live with the audio, let me know. But I think so far so good right now, and the video is good. But ladies, before we go right into it, if you guys don't mind, let's you guys are all new except Angela. But if you guys don't mind, give yourselves a quick introduction for everybody out there who may not know who you are: name, age, ethnicity, the city you're from, what do you do, status, and what type of man you're looking. What type of man looking for? Looking for boyfriend, husband? What are you looking for? Or maybe you're not looking. Okay. Okay. I'll start with Vanessa.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can. Hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm 34 from Modesto, California. I identify as an African-American woman. I work for the education system in the Central Valley.
Relationship status?
My relationship status, not single, yeah. I was gonna say not looking, but what do I want in a man, or what I look for in a man? Just a real ass nigga.
No, good. All right.
But I'm not looking, so it's all good.
All right, real talk.
Chase attract.
All right, for sure. All right, thank you so much, Vanessa. I'll pass it to you, Angela. Again, thank you so much. Second time on the pod. But for everybody who may not know who you are, go ahead and give yourself a quick intro.
Hello, my name is Angela. I'm 42 years old. I live in Oakland. I'm Filipino, and I do whatever it takes Right now, I'm currently dating. It's new. See where it goes. The kind of man I'm looking for is just very, very, very masculine, very responsible, very, very much like boy me.
Okay.
Yeah, a real ride or die for life partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ride or die. Okay. All right, fellas, you heard that. All right. Lanika, go ahead.
Hi there. My name is Lanika. I'm 34. I'm a Syrian. I'm from Modesto, and I'm a lash artist. And what else was it?
Relationship status.
Oh, I'm single.
Okay.
Yes, single and loving it.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm really not looking right now.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
Okay.
it. I'm not looking.
No worries. Not looking. Okay.
Not looking at all.
All right. Thank you so much. Lorna?
Hello, my name is Lorna. I'm 28 years old. I'm Samoan, Tongan, Australian,
Hey.
Polynesian, Oceanian. I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm also work in the education system. Yes. And I am single. Yes, and I'm having fun.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are you looking for?
Not much
Oh.
right now out
Okay.
there to see, but
Not
I'm
much.
open.
Oh, okay. All right. Open. Okay. Last but not least.
Okay. My name is Rainisa. I am married. I'm 29 years old. I almost said 28 for some reason. So I guess I'm not really looking for anything.
Of course.
And I like to hula hoop dance. So stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Shout out to all the stay-at-home moms out there. Okay.
Full-time
All right.
Do you record yourself? Yeah, I do. That's so cool.
Okay. All right. So, ladies, thank you so much for the introductions. And everybody in the live chat, thank you so much. I see a lot of new faces here. Kingmaker, shout out to you. And Too Lit to Quit. Hey, what's up, Toko? I just seen you. And he has, who's the doa tonight? I don't know. Lorna, is that you, the doa tonight?
That's my cousin's husband.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Okay, so we got 5. We got a lot of doors we can choose from tonight, but we'll figure it out. But nevertheless, appreciate it, and we'll definitely. Oh, thank you, BL17. We'll definitely speak to the mic so the audio is a lot better for you guys, so you guys can enjoy the show. I appreciate you guys, and I see you live, love, plan, and pray. Thank you so much for all the new faces. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Definitely want to support me. If you want us to hear something you have to say so we can hear your voice, ask it through a super chat. That's the best way. I'll put it on the screen and respond to you guys. And thank you for all the donations that you guys always support my channel. But let's get right into it, ladies. The topic we're going to discuss tonight is, are modern women willing to compromise? What are you willing to compromise and give up for the ideal man that you want? So before we go into the topic, I do have a video, some clips from social media. I saw it went viral on social media, so we're gonna play to it. We're gonna play it, and then you guys will all have an opportunity to react to it, and then we all have a chance to talk about it. Okay. So let me play the video, and of course, everybody that's watching, let me know what you guys think. You guys already know the topic we're discussing tonight. I will definitely love to hear what you have to say. Whether you agree or disagree, do you think modern women today are more willing to compromise and give up certain things so they can get their ideal man, or do you believe they're not willing to compromise or give up certain things? So let me play the video, and as you guys watching the video, let me know what you guys think. But let's play the video right now.
To be invited at the seat of the table, you can buy your own table. You don't have to be at the mercy of anybody.
If a man came into your life, wouldn't you want to compromise?
A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again.
She thought she dropped knowledge. A relationship that has to be earned, meaning a relationship with her has to be earned. You're coming into my life. And that is what so many me, I, selfish modern women are really telling you, gentlemen, that you are not on their level.
All right. RIP to Kevin Samuels. All right, by the way. But nevertheless, let me just paint the picture for the topic tonight. So I like to talk about things that I see online. And we live in today's modern 2023. One of the things I do see here in the modern dating culture, especially for a lot of women, is the independent mentality, right? So there are a lot of women out there that are empowered. Women right now, they have the opportunity to pursue their careers, pursue their life. They can do whatever they want, which is fine, which is okay. We're all here to live our own lives. But when it comes to dating and relationships, there are a lot of women out there with the independent mentality where I don't need a man. I can do everything by myself. So one of the criticisms that I do see, especially coming from the men's perspective, is that relationships are not about independence. It's about interdependence, right? Because relationships no longer about yourself anymore. You're sharing something with somebody else. So if you're going to build a relationship with somebody, then there's going to be things that you have to compromise with to make sure that your partner's happy. It goes both ways. And one of the biggest criticisms that I saw online was women who are very independent, they're unwilling to compromise or make certain changes for men, especially with the men that they want. And if you happen to find the man they want, I know a lot of you ladies said you're not looking, but if that man happens to come into your life, the conversation that's never had is when you meet somebody, you have boundaries. I'm sure, ladies, you all have your boundaries, expectations, your values, the things that you guys want. But we have to understand that your partner is also gonna have boundaries, expectations of what they want. So the people that come together to make their relationships work is usually the couple that can find a middle ground for their expectations, their values, and that makes both sides happy and they get both what they want out of the relationship. But if it's one-sided, if one person's getting what they want, but the other person's not getting what they want, usually that relationship fails. So that's the conversation I do here. It's, if you want to be independent, modern, you want to do your own thing, live your own life, and you don't want anybody to tell you what to do, that's fine. If you want to be single, but if you are going into a relationship with somebody, especially a man, your ideal man, the man, your type. I know you guys all have a type, and if you want that type of man, then usually that man is usually attractive and he attracts other options. So what's going to make him be with you if you're unwilling to compromise and change certain things that makes him happy, then he's going to go with somebody else. So that's the conversation that I see online. And you guys saw the different clips from the men and the women. But I would like to hear your thoughts about that. I just wanted to lay it out like that for you guys to have some context what the topic is about. And I also have some subtopics of things I do see that a lot of women said that they're unwilling to change and compromise at all, and we can discuss about that as well. So I'll start with you, Ray. I'll go to this side of the table. And of course, you're married, all right? So you have a very unique perspective. You're in a relationship with the man. But what is your opening thoughts about the topic? Are modern women today with the independent mentality, I could do everything on my own, I don't need a man, are they willing to compromise and willing to give up certain things so they can not only attract the man they want, but also keep the man they want and build a strong relationship? What do you think?
I think that a woman is able to compromise certain aspects of herself if that man is someone that she truly actually wants, to have. And with that, I think also is going to come compromising on the man's end too, and so when you start to enter into like a relationship, just like you said, when you're single, it is, do you, what makes you happy. And then once you come together with somebody, there starts to become a dynamic of, okay, these are my needs, these are my wants, this is what I desire out of a partner. And the issue with that is that I think on both ends, like, we know that we need to change for the other person to some degree. But I think in today's modern dating culture, what you're seeing is a lot of, very strong, independent women and a lot of strong men, And so you're just kind of getting these two energies really butting heads, both people knowing that they're going to have to change at some point, whether it's a career shift or a family change or a move. It's going to be dramatic for either party. But I will say that oftentimes you do find women taking the blunt of that. I mean, you know, in most cases, I think because when you do start to get into the relationship aspect, you looking at who's going to lead, you know, who's making more money, the finances start to come into play. And then you really do start to see that power dynamic. And it really does come down to both people letting their guards down. And I guess in today's society, more so the women, because we do tend to be more strong. And, you know, with social media and just how things are built today, like women can just excel so fast, you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Rainisa. I'll pass it to you, Lorna. Lorna, what do you think? What do you think? Are modern women willing to compromise or give up for the men, for the ideal man they want?
I think today that women have goals, they have dreams, and they're bigger than having a relationship right now. But if a man were to come into my life, I feel like I would be willing, depending on the man, depending on how strong he is, because I'm also very strong, and seeing how those, what we need to compromise, how big they are to each of us. But like, as of right now, I don't like that word compromise. I don't think it's something that I want to do right now because I'm so happy in myself. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lorna. Pass it to you, Monica. I got the sound effect ready. I'm just kidding. But go ahead, Monica. What do you think?
I think that that women these days are, you know, we're very independent for sure. And I feel like from my experience within the last year, my experience from the last year has been crazy because every guy I have dated, which isn't a lot, but hey, they've all been too wrapped up in emotions too quick. And I can't, I have a guard up. So let's be friends first. Let's get to know one another, you know, and then maybe that guard will come down. But I haven't met anyone to actually, you know, do that for me. So but I think a woman is willing to compromise on certain degrees for sure. Like me, it would be very hard for me to do so. Like, so, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a lot to think about for sure.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thank you so much, Lanika. I'll pass it to you, Angela. What do you think, Angela?
I think there's a big difference between compromise and settling. I think everyone, even before considering getting into a relationship, you have your boundary, you know, your personal boundaries, and then your non-negotiables. Those are the non-negotiables are the things that you will absolutely not compromise on. You know, like, do you want children? Do you not want children? Is there a time limit for that? Like, you know, serious things that affect everyone. But I love the word compromise. I feel like it shows, you know, solidarity with each other. I mean, you find yourself compromising in your friendships, with your family, your relatives, and then most importantly, even your children one day. I found that harder to compromise with, not harder, but more important to compromise with kids than even my partner, because, you know, you're kind of teaching them how to relate to everyone else. So for me, rather, when I hear the word compromise, it's more so instead of one person getting their way, maybe everyone gets a little bit of their way instead of just one person getting their way and no one else gets anything. So I think compromise is a very healthy part of a relationship.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Angela. I'll pass it to you, Vanessa. What do you think, Vanessa?
I kind of agree with her, basically. Compromising, yeah, it's something. I mean, would I do it? Absolutely not. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, because in the past, in a relationship, I did compromise. I think once you get to know a person, you know, you build a strong connection with them and a strong relationship with them. If it went that far to like the level of compromising, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you love that person, you care about that person. I mean, of course, it's not going to be like, I guess, not compromising with that person if it's something like super big. Maybe I don't know, religion, or I don't know, for some people, you know. But compromising it means equal to me. So yeah, I would if I had that opportunity.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. The question I want to ask the ladies is, what are the things that you're willing to compromise and give up that men want? I want to ask you that question. So what are things that you know that men want in a woman? I would like to hear your thoughts on that. And that you're willing to compromise on those things that other women are not willing to compromise. I'll give you an example. We have a married woman here, and she stays at home, and her husband is the provider protector. A lot of men, especially masculine men who want to be the provider protector, they prefer their woman to stay home and raise their children. That's one of the things that masculine men are looking for. There are a lot of women out there who are independent, career-oriented. They don't want to stay home, and they want to go and be the provider protector as well. So that's fine if they don't willing to compromise at that, then maybe you're gonna find a hard time to find a man that is a strong provider protector and is more masculine. Because I do believe the essence of masculinity is providing and protecting. That's what masculine men, they want to, that's what we want to do. We want to provide and protect a woman. And when it comes to relationship dynamic, somebody has to raise the children, right? So somebody has to go out there and pay the bills. Somebody has to raise the children. And for me, just from a biological perspective, the women are more better from a biological perspective. They're raising children than men. We're more equipped to go out there, just from a biological perspective, to go out there and provide and protect. But I know we live in a different time now where you guys can fill that role if that's what you want. So that's just an example. A lot of women choose not to stay at home. That's fine. But at the same time, they also struggle to and complain about why they can't find a man that wants to take care of them, because those men just want to raise a family and prefer the woman to stay home. So I'll pass it back to you guys. What are things that you guys see that men want today in their woman, and the things that you're willing to compromise and give up for him? If this is your ideal man, we're talking about your ideal man. I'm not talking about a scrub, okay? All right, I'm not talking about a weak man. Yeah, the one. All right, so I'm not talking about some broke guy, or guy that has no ambition and goals. I'm talking about your ideal man. He's out there. He has ambitions. He has a plan for you. He wants to build a family. He wants to be a provider protector. He's in his masculine, and that's the man that you're about to attract. But what are the things that are you willing to compromise for him, and you're not willing to compromise? So I want to hear what you're willing to compromise and give up for him, and the things that you're absolutely not willing to give up and compromise for him. Okay, but I'll start to go this way and we'll go that way. Vanessa, go ahead.
Man, that's kind of like a hard question, because I don't know why it's a hard question, but so if a man was like, hey, I want you to submit to me in every aspect of this relationship. I think before I compromise anything, of course, I would have to have a ring, or even submit to a man fully. That's like heart, soul, mental, my whole being. I would do it. I mean, if a man was like, I'm willing to give you all of this, just submit to me. That means I wouldn't be working. I wouldn't be paying no bills.
Yeah.
I'm compromising you. I'm putting my life into your hands.
Okay.
To basically give you what you want from me. I mean, so I guess I don't know if that answered the question. I don't know.
Yeah, because you have to. It has to be that person.
It has to be that person to make me feel protected, to make me feel like he puts me on that pedestal every day. Makes me feel like I'm the one. Like I come first before it's God, husband, wife, children. So. Yeah, I would compromise. So I'll move. Let's move to Arizona. Let's move to Dubai.
Okay.
I want to be on a yacht, shaking my ass in a thong bikini.
Okay. All right. So you're willing to, if you meet your ideal man, you're willing to, and he's willing to be the strong provider protector. You're willing to give it up and stay home wife and
most definitely.
raise the kids.
I don't want to work. I'm tired of working. I'm joking.
Oh. Okay. Anything else that comes to mind besides that? Anything else you're willing to?
No,
for now.
Pretty much sums it up for me for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll pass it to you, Angela. What do you think? What are you willing to compromise and give up for your ideal man? For the one.
I mean, you have to prove that he made enough for me to stay home and to do the baby thing. Like I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Good at that. But I'd have to feel secure. I mean, for me to like give up any kind of career or like make my own money. There would have to be a trust put in my name in case he decides to up and leave. One day, like, no, we're walking away, with a little nest egg if he decides it's not working out.
Okay.
Right. Because I've seen that before when, with some friends of mine, they're married and then, they call it quits and the wife did nothing for 10 years now.
See, that's scary.
Yeah, that's
so, but she ended up starting her own business, like massage therapy and stuff. So it worked out. But I remember in those early days when they were splitting up, like she was freaking out. And I was just like, man, I would never want to be in that position. But these days, I mean, it all depends on the man. What are men looking for these days? The right kind of man? I mean, for instance, maybe if my man said, okay, maybe don't post such provocative photos on social media, I'd give that up.
Okay.
Even if he said, okay, maybe let's just both cut out social media, I would give it up.
Okay.
Things like that. Now, if you said, I don't want you going out with your friends, I'd be like, no, I get like one day or like one outing at least a month, like that is where the compromise comes in. Other like little things, superficial changes I wouldn't mind making, but and I would move. I mean, I don't know. I guess you would be the one to answer like what are the right kind of men asking women to compromise on. I mean, because I have really no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I am
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Angela. And of course, everybody in the live chat, let's get the live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. And also, I would love to hear from the ladies as well. If the ladies that's watching this right now in the live chat, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think? Do you guys agree or disagree? What are you guys? I want to hear from the ladies on the live chat. What are you willing to give up and compromise to attract the ideal man that you want? And for the fellas who are the ideal man, I want to hear from the fellas. What are we looking for in a woman? I would love to hear that from the live chat just to get some feedback for you guys. And don't forget, if you want to be heard, if you want us to hear your voice, drop a super chat. I'll be able to read it, respond to it, and we can see it on the screen. But we'll keep it moving. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll pass it to you, Lanika. Lanika, what are you? What are the things that you're willing to give up and compromise for a man, and things that you're not willing?
I would still be a lash artist, so I would still be lashing all day.
Mhm.
I would probably give up my other job if it was necessary.
Mhm.
But of course, it has to be for the one. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just for anybody. Yeah. But I mean, I'm a loyal person, so I really shouldn't have to change what I do in my living situation for him. I'm sure he wouldn't want me to change it. So, but I would stop working so much. I would do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Lanika. I'll keep it moving to pass it to you, Lorna. Lorna, what are the things that you're willing to compromise and change, give up for your ideal man, and things you're absolutely not going to?
Well, I'm a very passionate person when it comes to my work. I'm not with kids. Well, with kids, yes, but like I'm also into photography and dance, and that's also part of my character. So I wouldn't change anything that had to do with how I make my money or how I spend my time or what I post. I wouldn't change any of that because I'm expressing myself in that way.
Okay.
But if you want me to quit one job, I'll be okay with that. That'll be great.
Okay.
But, no, I feel like I love my independence, and like especially like where my people came from and coming here was all on independence, and it's just something that I want to keep for me and my girls, and teaching them that you can do it. Like you'll be good. But with a man who can come in and be the protector and say, "Hey, I got you. You don't have to work so much. You can do this." Yeah, that would be lovely, but it would take a D man.
Yeah,
for sure. Who would want to do that? Like,
right?
Provide, pay,
It's like finding a needle
bills,
in a haystack. I gotta work.
loans, like
Everything.
yeah, we can sit down and talk about it and see if that's possible.
Okay.
But most things I wouldn't. No.
Okay.
Maybe location. Where we going? Like, but
okay.
Yeah.
Modesto? No.
No. I'm a city girl. I'm very picky, so it depends on the man.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Lorna. And I'll pass it to you, Vanessa. What are your thoughts about it?
So I guess I can only speak from my own personal experience of the things that I felt that I had compromised even prior to getting married to my husband. So when we met, it was in Las Vegas. He was at a bachelor party. I was working at the club. It was very like sudden, but our like love progressed very, very quickly to the point where, you know, he was like, you know, I don't want to do long distance. Maybe you should come move here, you know. And at that time, I'm living by myself. I have my own independence. I like my job. I was struggling a little bit, but at the same time, I was in a really good place. Like, so we both didn't need a partner at that time. And that's one thing that we both talked about a lot of times, is that we met each other when we were both really happy and like really whole, and like didn't really feel like we needed to give up anything for another person.
Yes.
Although in the same breath, on my end, there were things that I did have to compromise or kind of let go in order to transition into the marriage that we have. And of course, those compromises were moving. I had to leave my hometown, move here to San Francisco at the time. Now we're up in Vallejo, because he had his job. You know, his career was like a really important thing. You know, he was a very traditional, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Even started, you know, actually paying my bills before I even left Vegas. And so it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, like, yeah, and like people say men like that are very rare. But at the same time, men like that, who are very traditional, very strong, do come with their own set of like needs and desires. And sometimes I think those traditional men have a hard time expressing it. So they're not usually going to be as emotionally forthcoming because they're so strong, providing, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, you know, I'm waking up, I'm grinding, and like, you know, like, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of compromising on both ends, but, so I'm kind of losing my train of thought a little bit. But, you know, leaving family and things like that, starting a family of our own, having no family out here, being a single mom. And so, yeah, I take the trust. I took a lot of trust. Like, you know, I would have different career opportunities to go dance or hula hoop. And I used to perform that a lot before I met him. So I had to kind of let that go. And I'm not going to lie, it wasn't easy. It's still not easy. We still have bickers about it, you know, like, and I wasn't a career woman by any means, you know, but I think that when you do get in a serious relationship, you start to, some women or even men describe it as like lose yourself, lose parts of yourself where you feel like that. And so then that comes that balance of working together and making sure that like either person is not letting go of their goals or aspirations. And, you know, at the end of the day, you are going to probably give up some opportunities, and like you do have to be okay with it for the right person. But right, if it's the right person, it's going to feel natural, even if it does have those challenges. That's just what I've experienced.
Okay.
I actually sometimes like a compromise is kind of like a sacrifice on one person's part.
Yeah,
it's it can be on a man's part or the woman's part too.
Like, I couldn't have that career opportunity then, but it's like now I have more opportunity to revisit it now, and he is supportive of that, you know. And that is a great thing to have, you know. So it may not be, you know, oh, I'm a career woman, like my life isn't like that anymore. I have a child, and like, you know, it's a full-time, you know, situation, and I do love it. But of course, yes, I miss for sure working. I do miss just kind of like being on the grind sometimes, like, you know,
sacrifice things for love, and then you can revisit it later on in the future.
Exactly. Doesn't mean it's over. It's just not right now. And if you look at it that way, then I think we would see more like probably successful relationships in general. Like, not saying my marriage is perfect, but it's, you know,
it sounds perfect.
Oh no, I think the financial aspect of it, I think, is what sounds perfect to people. But like at the end of the day, it's still a relationship, and we still go through like our hardships, like the other person, you know. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. Ladies, we all got a chance to share our opening thoughts about the topic. Are there anything you guys want to add on after hearing what everybody had to say?
I agree with pretty much everyone's opinion on it. You know, it takes a lot to compromise. It takes a lot of trust building, understanding,
and keeping the trust.
Keeping the trust.
I think
keeping it strong.
Sorry, I've noticed like something within a lot of you guys were saying. It's like the compromising part is for sure the hardest, especially when it comes to the career or just you're happy like where you are. And so to allow like a man, especially to come and penetrate that energy, it is scary.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you know there's gonna be like someone down at a certain point. You know,
it's gonna be really down.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where it comes in.
It's just like her friend,
how I approach compromises in my life, I don't necessarily see it as sacrifice. I won't compromise unless there's an absolute negotiation. Like we could sit at the table and you want this, I want this. What are you willing to give up? Like it's got to be a good deal, like a solid deal.
That sounds like a good man having that kind of open communication. Because I ain't met no man that's really.
No, I usually lead. I usually lead, and then I give them their two options. And you say, pick one.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everybody that's watching. I have a question I want to ask the ladies because we're all talking about your ideal man. So, can you describe your ideal man to us so that way we have an understanding what type of man that you want? All right. So let's start with we got to be honest now. We got to keep it real. Let's start with the physical part, right? Because we have to be attracted to the person who is your ideal man, right? So let's start. We'll go down the panel, but let's start with the one thing that we all know that's important for most women: height. Like how tall?
Oh my gosh. As long as he's taller than
How
me,
tall?
right?
How tall? What is your preferred height? Like preferred height that you. This is your ideal man.
I got nervous. Why did I get nervous?
Vanessa?
All the men staring at you like,
yeah. You better not say 5'4".
Oh, that was my answer.
I was thinking 6'8".
some of the keyboard warriors.
That's a lie.
Well,
6'8", that's not even realistic.
well, what's let's keep it simple. What's too short for you? What's the height? What's the height that you would date?
My height is too short.
With my height on though.
My height and then without the heels.
Girl, yeah, flat-footed.
Okay.
Both of us. No.
Yeah.
So what's your preferred height? Like you prefer in your ideal man? That you wouldn't date. You wouldn't date any man below this height.
I'm not gonna lie. My ex was 5'4". He told me he was 5'5".
He was 5'3". Don't lie.
Blast like that. I'm just playing.
But when it comes to height, man, I really. But after dating a 5'4" man, I realized I do want taller.
Okay.
And it's no shade. It's no
Yeah.
shade.
It's a preference. This is your preference.
No, because I tried. I really did. Yeah. But I'm actually 4'11", so.
Not her.
Like 5'4" is heck, yeah. But no, honestly, 5'9" and up for me.
5'9" and up.
6'1" preferably.
Okay, but 5'9" is cut off.
5'9" is the cutoff.
Okay, but preferred.
Maybe 5'7", depending on if you got a beard or not.
Okay.
But
I was with a beard.
what kind of job you got? Right.
Okay.
I'm joking. Yeah, 5'9" is the cutoff.
Okay, so 5'9", preferred height is 6 foot. Okay. Okay, Angela.
Ideally, between 6 and 6'2".
Okay.
I've dated both, but right now I would say he's like 5'8" or 5'9".
Is it cut off?
No, that's the guy I'm dating right now.
Oh.
Which I don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's not my usual type, but he has such strong qualities in other ways that are more rare to encounter in most men. So it's like you can't control your height, but that's not a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
As long as he's taller than me in heels.
Okay.
Sounds like it falls in a compromise.
So you in the heels would be what height?
Well, on average, I'd be 5'8", 5'9" in heels.
Okay, so anything less than 5'8" would deal breaker.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, I don't know. See, my son is not tall, but he's a catch. So.
Yeah. Well, that's your son. I'm talking about your ideal man.
No, I'm saying because my son used to tell me, "Mom, you're only gonna date. What if like the guy that is the right guy for you isn't that you're not gonna date him just because of he's not the right height you want?" He's like, you gotta have more depth than that. I'm like, oh damn.
Okay.
Yeah, right. He's an Aquarius.
Okay. All right. So 5'8", 5'7".
Like I have one brother that's tall and another brother that's not tall, and the other brother that's not tall, he compensates for it by being yoked. So I told my son, I was like, well, got to compensate for the height thing with being built, like to have a good body, good personality.
Okay. What is considered too short for you? Like too short? Shorter than you?
5'6".
Okay, 5'6".
5'7".
5'6", 5'7".
I mean, was Tom Cruise 5'7"?
No, Tom Cruise is like
5'5",
5'4", 5'5".
He's like 6'8". He's 7 foot. He stand on
Okay. Okay.
I would take 5'7.5".
Okay. All right.
on a date.
Telling Mark
Like, can you tell me wall right here?
You need to stand up straight. Yeah,
That's telling him to get on this ride.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll pass it to you, Lanika. Yeah, Lanika. Yeah. So what is your preferred height, and what is too short for you?
Too short would be under 5'9",
Mm-hmm.
and I prefer 6 foot for sure.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So 5'9" too short, but prefer height from 5'9" to 6 foot, but prefer 6 foot.
Mhm.
Anything below 5'9" is too short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No chance. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I'll pass it to you, Lorna. What's her height?
6'1".
6'1". Okay.
So the price is right answer.
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah, that's a good height.
All right. What's too short?
5'8".
5'8".
I'm 5'8".
Okay. All right. So 5'8", too short, and then preferred height 6'1".
Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, you're already married. Okay.
With your shoes off.
Which shoe is off? Oh, okay.
That's important.
Okay.
No man heels.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
No platform heels. No platforms.
Hey, not the man heels. Damn.
No, the man heels. Honestly, it's funny. I've never been a height person. Just more so as long as he's taller than me. My husband's taller than me.
Yeah.
So
How tall is your husband?
heels. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
It's like something around that line. But I'm like 5'5", so it's cool. As long as I can wear heels and like not tower over you, like that's cool. Yeah. So anything below my height, it's like I don't want to like look down. Who wants to do that? Good night, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from a biological perspective, height is one of the things you're naturally attracted to, because it shows a man that can provide and protect you, to make you feel safe. Safety and security is what women look for in men. So a man that's taller than you makes you feel safe and secure. But if, that he can provide and protect you. But if you're taller than him, it's really hard to feel like that he can provide the security and safety for you if you're looking down on him.
How do you feel about would you date like a Giselle model, like if she was like taller than you? 6'2", 6'4". Yeah, or do you do you have a cutoff?
No, I prefer dating shorter women. If it's the same height or shorter than me, I prefer that. The only reason I would date a woman that's maybe I will taller or the same height as me, or maybe an inch taller, it's just genetics. Like my son's gonna come out.
Real life.
Yeah, for my kids, I know. But my preferred height is just anything shorter than me. Doesn't really matter to me.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh, okay, because I was like, you're already tall.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, if she's taller than you.
But 6'3",
Amazon, girl.
if a girl's 6'3", 6'4", it's not my preferred height. But if I did engage, if she's cool and we are compatible, and she's what I'm looking for, then yeah, our kid is gonna be good. Tall. And, genetics.
That's a good way to think
You gotta think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
NFL. Let's go to the league, son.
Right? I was like,
all right. All right. Okay. So we got your ideal man's height. Okay. What about his ability to provide and protect you as far as his financial income? Do you guys have a preferred financial income for your ideal man to be able to be that provider, protective for you? Do you guys want him to make more than you? Do you want him to make less than you? Like, what is your preferred? I'll start with you, Vanessa. Yeah.
Is this thing on? Are we ready for this?
Yes, go ahead.
When it comes to, I guess financial is a big thing. A lot of people say, oh, money does. I'm not out for the money. Of course, we're not out for the money, but when it comes to what I make and what I can provide and what I'm bringing to the table, if I'm not bringing the table and setting it up myself, you have to be equal to me. I'm not asking, or if you're not at that level and you want to aspire to be at that level, like I'm there to support you with whatever you got or like with whatever you want to do in life. So you can be at that level where you're financially stable. So us as a couple, we can just dominate the game and be both putting in the same work and doing the same thing that we have to do. So I don't have like a preference on a man making $300K a year. Like that's not realistic, especially out here where we live. I'm not going to say anything like that. Like I prefer a man that makes this much. You know, it's whatever you can bring to the table. You know.
What is considered broke for you as far as income? Like
a nigga with no job. If a nigga asks me, I'm like, hey, let's go kick it. And a dude's like, can you send me $40 for gas money? Nigga, you don't need to be kicking it.
Okay.
You should not be kicking it with me.
Okay. Because minimum, the average, I guess the minimum wage or average income for a man in America is $30K. Right?
That's the average?
That's the average?
Yeah.
Wow.
What happened?
That's the average.
The average
in 2023? Wow.
Yeah, 30 on from.
Yeah,
the average. Yeah, the average guy.
I think minimum wage is like $60 an hour.
Yeah, like to get like the average guy working an average job, average hours. You know, so it's 30K. So is 30K considered? Would you consider that?
If he's still able, I mean, if he wanted to further his career at making 30K a year, if he feels that he's comfortable at that spot, we will never buy a house together.
Okay.
So no,
Yeah,
I will
so
not
no.
be fucking with a man that makes 30. And I'm not trying to sound naive or like,
no.
I'm not trying to.
No, that's
like,
realistic.
Like be realistic, because what man
yeah.
with a woman that makes 30K a year? Like, how are we going to build together if he's not a millionaire already?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, not even a millionaire, but how are we going to build together? Let's be realistic. You're just making enough to pay your bills, make ends meet. What about if we want to go on vacations or, you know, Christmas and all that stuff? You know, that all comes into play. So you said 300,000 and that's too high, but for you, what's a healthy income? No, it's not too high. I'm saying that's not really. No, there's no such thing as too high.
Oh, okay.
No.
But
I'm here saying that's what I need in a man to make 300K. I mean,
but what's a healthy income like for a comfortable life here in California?
Here in California, I mean, at least 120K.
100K. Okay.
200K.
Okay, so 100K.
If he's like being the.
So 100K. 100K.
I mean, like not the full. Right? I mean, no, I'm talking about separately.
So
just him.
To match me, but that's give or take 100 and something K.
Okay.
A year.
So your preferred income is like 100K. 100K to start off.
Yeah,
okay.
To start off.
Okay, 100K, 120. Yeah. Okay, 120.
I mean, especially at a certain age. I mean, I'm in my soon to be late 30s. You know, so I mean, I think that's a normal amount to be making around that age, especially living out here in California.
Yeah.
Because the cost of living is high, so of course your pay has to be equal or somewhat to your cost of living.
So preferred 100, 120K.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has the ambition to make more.
And that's after taxes.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Because California be raping us on these taxes.
Okay.
She's like, come back.
So 5'9" to 6'1" to 6 foot, and then 100, 120K. No, I'm just writing it down. No, I'm just writing it down. I'm just. Okay. So I'm just writing it down. Just keep notes. Okay. I'll pass it to you, Angela. What's your preferred income in a man? The man, your ideal man.
In the millions.
In the millions.
I mean, I'm not dating in my 20s. I'm dating in my 40s.
Okay.
Like they should have a good retirement plan, a life insurance, all
Oh,
of that. Yeah, we know assets are assets. Like I don't care. I mean, it's not so much what you make in a year, it's what have you stacked.
Okay.
Investments.
Yeah. Like how is your money work? You know, because eventually you're gonna have to stop working, so your income doesn't really matter. Like, what are you doing with it? How are you flipping it?
Okay.
Right? So my perspective is different. My son is 23. He's already making over 60K a year.
Okay.
So it's like my son takes me out to eat. My son like does all these things for me. So it's like my standards for a man trying to date me are even higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if someone I'm dating right now, if they don't have it like that, I want to know that they have a plan. So as long as I see steady progress, like everyone says, like, oh, you're gold digger. It's like I don't ask for anything that I can't already do on my own, right? So I'm just asking someone to come into my life and maintain it.
Okay.
Like my beauty budget every month, like gym and all of that, 800.
Yeah.
800. Yeah, so it's like 800 times 12. That's like already, and that's not even food. You know, I don't require a lot, but what I require, it's got to be like, you know, the best that I can get. For whatever it is.
Okay.
So yeah, like he doesn't need to be already rich, but he needs to have a plan.
Okay.
And like a doable one, not just all.
I'm gonna be a rapper.
Okay. So-
maybe I have this kid coming out next
Yeah, I got
year.
that big
Give me
Where are we gonna be
$100
on
so I
6
can-
months? Where are we gonna be on in a year? What's our 3-year plan, 5-year plan? And to see, like, to witness a man being able to, accomplish what he set out to do, and you witnessed it, that gives me, like, it's not just so much the money, but the stability and the dependability
Okay.
that a man can provide.
Okay. So preferred income in the millions.
Yes.
Okay. But then to start off in like
Houses here are already
yeah,
in the millions,
that's true.
Right.
But what's the start off like? Just start off here that you prefer.
Right. I prefer at least 150K.
150K start off and then up to the millions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So 5-8.
Bay,
Yeah, I'm thinking Central Valley because but I mean it's getting up there. So let me change my answer. I need
Right.
3.5 million.
Depends,
I need to see
though,
bank
also.
statements.
You said, baby, if you listen.
Also, there's a lot of people in the Bay that don't really have reportable income.
Yeah.
So, here too, you need more than one hustle to like live comfortably in the Bay Area. So I can't even say from some men that I've dated that they have an annual salary because that's not even how they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Farmers.
Okay.
I like farmers.
All right. I'll keep it moving. Lanika, what's your preferred income in the man?
I think either 80K or more.
80, starting off at 80K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
80K and more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Budget.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But let's get the live chat popping. Thank you guys for watching so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be heard, drop a super chat. I would love to read it and respond to you guys. Any questions you guys may have. But we'll keep it moving. I'll pass it to you, Lorna. What do you think? What's your preferred income in a minute?
Honestly, I don't make that much money. Like, I really don't. And I have friends who also don't, but I don't judge people off of how much money they make. I'm 28.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to still figure out my plan and do everything. But a job with some drive, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Any job with some drive, I am okay with that. I don't like lazy people. I don't like people who don't pay for anything. Like, as long as you are working on your independence and being strong in yourself,
yeah,
I can mess with it. It's cool. We could work. We could work on that.
Okay.
Especially if we're working on a partnership. Like, we're together on this. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 40K.
Okay.
Like, I'm okay. Like, teachers don't make much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40K and above, and as long as he has drive,
Yeah.
he wants to, make twice or 3 times the amount
Yeah.
Yeah.
Together.
together.
Yeah. We'll double it together.
Okay. Okay. All right, 80K. Okay. Oh, 40K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Being humble. So humble.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
She's realistic. She's like, I don't want to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why you're dating.
You gonna be tall.
Sit over there.
But you gonna be really tall. And we gonna work on compromising.
I'm trying to narrow that shit down.
And then anything want to add on, Rainier? So
Well, I'm obviously not gonna blast my husband's income.
yeah, of course.
But I mean, and even then, it's like I didn't have a requirement when I met him. For
was
the
it-
record, all credit, I was a
Yeah.
dancer when I met him, so it's like the money I was making and the lifestyle that I had was what I was providing for myself. So he was able to upkeep that and then some, And so in my opinion, it's if a man can give you what you're already giving yourself.
Yeah.
And then is great, right? And if he can afford to give you a little bit more, then that's even better. So I guess when it comes to salary, it's like, like as long as you're making money, it's coming in, and you ain't going to jail, like like it's all good, And if we can live comfortable, right? Roof over my head, like water, food, and all that, like comfortable roof, I'm not trying to live in like the boonies and whatnot, or in a really bad area, but you just want to be comfortable, you want to be happy, you just want to feel safe, and so whatever amount that is, shoot, like 100K, cool, like 300 plus, like even better, right?
Yeah.
So the more money, who's gonna say no to more money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Enough to maintain the lifestyle that I'm already living.
Exactly. I just don't want to go back
Yeah,
because that's
I'm not.
traumatizing to me. I was like, "Whew, I grew up
I am not gonna go 2 months without
my own
getting my
skills.
nose. I will not get my. I will not
Yeah.
get my eyelashes.
Right.
You're tripping.
Yeah,
I gotta
no
put that on
comment
the
is a
light
must.
bill.
I'm gonna get my
Alright,
hair
heck no,
braided.
yeah, I'm gonna get my hair
That's
braided.
That's what I
something.
explained
Yeah.
recently
I'm
to
gonna get it for
the
myself.
guy I'm dating. I'm like, So when we go out, you like the attention we get, right? When you see me, you like the lashes, you like the hair, you like the clothes, you like how I maintain myself. You like being around me, next to me, seen with me.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the only one, benefiting off of that, then you better start contributing because.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying right away, like,
Yeah.
because like what, you just want people to start paying your bills for it? I said, no, you can start off with filling up my gas tank. After that, maybe just the manicure. And then after like maybe a few months of that, add on the lashes, like
DoorDash me food when I'm
because
hungry.
how am I gonna feel secure and like we're gonna move in together, build a life together when you can't even handle the simplest of things?
Yeah.
Like I like when a guy says, "It ain't no thing."
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
I need a man to just Zelle me $500 a week into my account. Cash at me $500 a week.
Baby, can you cook this? Or no problem. I'll do the whole traditional woman thing if I'm made to feel like a traditional woman.
Yeah.
And respect too.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll add in, like respect, loyalty, because it's like all the money in the world, right? All the compromises. It means nothing if you two are not 10 toes because it can get messy real quick.
Or like he's using his money to well, I do everything for you.
Yeah, you don't want one of those.
And then after that, you turn into a shut the fuck up bitch. I'm not a shut the fuck up bitch.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So we got the ideal man, we got the height, and we got the income. Okay. So I don't have a problem with women saying how much money they want their man to make, or they want a man to make more. I do see sometimes a lot of men, especially in online, they get upset or they call women gold diggers, for wanting more money. But if you understand the biological differences and what are we attracted to, men and women, for men, we look for youth, beauty, fertility. For women, you guys look for a man that has financial resources and is competent, right? He's able to, because when you raise a family and you get pregnant, you're going to depend on a man to provide and protect you. So that's why his competence, his ambition, and that's why his financial resources is important to you. Because if he's not competent partner and he can't provide and protect you, you're going to have a hard time raising your kids on your own, right? So it's natural for me. So I don't really have a problem with women saying they want more money. I think usually the guys that complain about women saying that they're gold diggers are guys that can't provide, protect themselves.
And you know what, honestly, I worked hard to get where I'm at
Yeah.
today, So as long as that man can either match it,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we look for loyalty first.
Yeah.
You have to be loyal
Yeah.
first, but when it comes to the bills, the money coming in, everything,
Yeah.
match me, please.
Yeah. So we just have different things. It's biological. It's normal. It's for you to be attracted to a man that's tall, to make sure he make you feel safe, to be attracted to the man that can provide and protect you financially, because you know that for a fact that you're going to live a good life with your kids. Nobody wants to live a hard life. Nobody wants to struggle, right? So it's normal for women to do that. They've been doing that since the beginning of time. But I guess this is where we're probably going to disagree. And I want to present this to you guys, and you guys can hear the feedback. And this is why this topic is talked about online. So I think what a lot of women don't understand is a lot of the things that the type of man, your ideal man that you're attracted to, right? Because we started off the podcast asking you guys, are you willing to compromise? Are you willing to give up certain things? Some of you guys said, I'm willing to compromise certain things. Some of you guys did say that I'm not willing to compromise on certain things. But if you look at the characteristics of the type of ideal man that you want, I think a lot of women don't understand how rare that man is. Statistically.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. My imagination, like imaginary friend, like my imaginary friend.
Yeah.
I'm on your life before it be 5 seconds.
Yeah. So if you meet your ideal man, so say most of you guys said you prefer a height, the guy that's 6 foot, 6'2", or 6'1". In the male population, that's only about 15% of men.
No way.
Yes.
I think it's
15%. Yeah, and that's including men who are married, men who are gay, all men, boy, young, teenagers, grown. Yeah, that's all men from youth, infant, all the way to adult. All right. Now, you talk about how much money he makes. Some of you guys did 40, 80. But if you're looking for a man to make 100K, that's only 20% of the population, including both men and women.
Really?
Yes, 20%. So, but it is your nature. It's biological for you to be very selective, because you want to find the best man you can have and have kids with him. So that way you get the best genes, the most healthy kids. And also you want to live a good life. So you need to get the best man you can. So the biggest criticism is if that's what you really want. And I don't have a problem with what you want. But I think where the issue is, and I think Kevin Samuels talked about it on that clip, if those men that you guys want, the provider protectors, the masculine men, if you're going to come into his life, the life that he's worked on to build, because men who are very successful and built themselves to that point, they spent a lot of time and years grinding to get to that point. So, and I did hear for some of you guys, I know Lauren, you mentioned I'm independent. I don't really want to compromise on certain things. But if that's your ideal man, and we understand that that man is rare, then you're probably going to have to compromise on certain things. And I guess that's where the pushback is, the disagreement is, or maybe the delusion is. If you want your ideal man that has everything that you want, and he's also loyal to you, also he's committed to you, he loves you, he treats you with respect. If he tells you that this is my boundaries and what I want, you'd be a fool not to disagree, because he's going to find it in another woman, because every single woman is looking for the same man. If that's your guy, right? You're not the only one attracted to him. Other women are attracted to him, but for some reason he chose you. And he said, this is the things that I want you to give up and willing to compromise for me. And if you say, no, I'm not willing to compromise on one thing out of 5, why would he stay with you when there's a woman out there? Because it is competition. It is competitive. There are other women out there, right? So if you're not willing to compromise on going out, if you want to compromise giving up a career, if you're not willing to compromise staying at home, if you're not willing to compromise to follow his leadership, or maybe you have a business. I know some of you guys mentioned the business. Maybe he wants you to spend more time with his children. Business, we can put that to the side. Are you willing? Are you really going to walk away from that man if he happens to come across your life, and you're gonna say no to him, understanding how rare he is, and go back to the average guy, right? So I just want to, yeah. So I just want, So I just want to present that part. So as men, we understand as well. We go through the same process with women. We understand that women only want men who are strong provider protectors. They're competent. They can communicate. So we have to spend years, right? If we're broke, every broke guy understands that if you're broke, no woman's going to take you seriously, unless that person has issues. That woman has issues. But women who are rational, they have common sense. They want a man that's a strong provider protector. So even Angela brought up about compensation, right? If you're short, we have an understanding that most women don't want short, but you can compensate that by a good physical health to make sure, because women do like a guy that's physical, that has a good body, that's healthy, right? So there are things that we understand that as men that you guys are not willing to compromise for, and that's usually comes to a competence level and our ability to provide and protect. If you're a man right now and you're short and you're broke, no ambition, no goals.
You said you're short and you're
broke, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Look at the comments now. Look at the comments.
Exactly. All right, and then say that there's a man like that, short, broke, no ambition, right? And he happens to meet a beautiful woman, right, which is rare for him. Imagine him saying, yeah, exactly. Imagine him saying, you know what, and she asked him, this is my boundaries as a woman, and that's the most beautiful woman he can ever get from his situation. He says, no, I don't want to do that. She's gonna walk away and go find a better man, right? She'll be an idiot to stay with him, right? Because she's attracting a lot of guys. So I just want to present that pushback, because if you happen to find your ideal man, the idea that your ideal man is gonna compromise or not willing to agree to things that you're not willing to compromise for him, that's not realistic, because there's other women out there wanting him, and if you're not willing to give up on one thing, then he's gonna walk away and find somebody else. And are you really gonna let him walk away if you happen to attract your ideal man?
It depends on what you're compromising for, I think, as a woman, because at the end of the day, right, if this is a guy that like you really like and you feel like he really likes you too.
Yeah, he likes you
but
too.
For some reason, this one thing out of like all the 5 that you're willing to come, he's like, oh, but Sarah's gonna do it. It's like, well, then go be with Sarah. Like at the end of the day, it's like you really have to just kind of be like that, like because if you're gonna compromise on those other 4 things, but it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna stop having a girls' night once a month, but I guess Sarah's gonna compromise and give it to you, but she might not like it. So it's like, have fun with the woman who's going to maybe perhaps pretend that she wants to
end up cheating
you
on
know,
you.
in order to get the man to have the bills paid. And like, because you do see a lot of that, you know, like, you know, women just kind of, right, we all would love to just be the stay-at-home wife or homemaker with or without the kids, right? Like, just the man pays the bills and he loves you, love each other, there's no cheating. It's, you know, it sounds really nice in the head, but, you know, I think to actually fully like live out that fairy tale, like, it takes so much work. So much work, you know.
Yeah, so let's go down the panel. I would like to hear, I mean, I'm just offering some pushback. I don't have a problem with whatever you want in life, but I do have this, I do believe one of my favorite words in life is earn, right? Because anything you want, you have to earn for it. So the higher the standards of what you want more in life, then that's more investment for you to invest, to make the sacrifices, you guys said it, to put in the work to get what you want. So if you want your ideal man, you have to work for it. As a man, if you want my ideal woman, I can't be broke and unambitious and be lazy. I have to work for it if you want all things in life. So I know a lot of you guys didn't make your opening statement about certain things. You know, I will never compromise that thing. So I just offered you a different perspective that what we see as men and the criticism that we see. Would you still keep your stance if you happen to meet your ideal man and he really loves you? He's committed to you. He wants to have children with you. He's going to respect you, right? But he's going to tell you as a man that this is my this is how I want to live my life. Because men who are very masculine, very get to that point in my life, they're very assertive, right? They're very disagreeable, right? Yeah. That's how you get far in life. Yeah. So they're not gonna, you know, if they tell you that this is what they want and you're unwilling to compromise with them, it's like, you know what, it's okay, I'll find somebody else. They're not agreeable, all right? So if you happen to find, I know you, if you happen to attract that ideal man, are you still gonna keep the same stance you guys mentioned earlier in the podcast, or are you willing now to compromise or change certain things because you understand now how rare that man is? If he walks away, you may never. The probability of you attracting that man, not only attracting that type of man, but also that man that's loyal to you, is committed to you, and wants to be with you. If you add all of that together.
And he wants to be with me forever.
Forever, yeah.
Forever.
She said forever.
Are you so? Yeah. We'll start with you, Lanika. Like, are you willing to still keep your stance, or are you willing now to make some compromises, some changes, and be with that man?
I guess, I mean, it would depend. It depends on what those compromises are. Okay.
So one thing
I had said
earlier,
I wouldn't stop. I would stop working so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I would still do what I love to do for sure, because that keeps me happy.
Okay.
I don't do anything else really. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give them lashes. I gave you my life, baby. Like, I'll do it at home. Like,
I love being at home. Yeah, I love being at home.
Okay.
Cook food. I'll cook for you. I'll clean.
Okay. So say you met a man, because I know the lash business is important to you, but say you met the ideal man and he said, you know what, I want you to spend more time with the family, and then a little bit more time with the family, but a little more time on your business. That's okay. That's okay with you.
The last time the kids are in school. During the day, Monday through
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like, what am I going to do when these kids are at school? I can't give you my whole entire life. I got to have some type of something for myself. I have to. I have to have something for myself. If not,
you will go crazy.
You'll go crazy. It can't just be you, me, and the kids all the time. I have to have some time to myself, and that's I think for anyone, for single moms, for single dads, for stay-at-home moms,
and for
anyone,
any person who exists.
Because that sounds super toxic. If a man's like, I want you to stop doing all this and do all this for me and stay at home with, like, nah, give me some space, because if we spend 24 hours together, I'm going to end up sleeping in another room or sleeping on the couch, because I can't be spending all that time with you. I mean, I would love to. It's ideal, of course, but we have to have our personal things that we all do on our own, of course. We have to have our own personality. Like, I understand we're one, but we have to be our separate person at some times. Not all the time.
No, he's not spending. You're not going to spend a lot of time with that man. Usually, the men who are at that point in their life, they're busy. You know, so. But when I talk to men at that level, they just want their family to be taken care of. They prefer the woman to raise their kids, and that raising kids is a hard job too. It's a full-time job as well, right? So, but yeah, okay. So what about you, Lorna?
If it was the perfect man,
Yeah.
lucky me, yes.
Yeah.
But not like to where it changes my character or anything.
Okay.
But I'd be okay with raising babies.
Yeah.
Not right now, but
Okay.
maybe in a time in my life, yes.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. If you met him like this year, would you be ready?
To like get married and have kids?
Yeah. He's like, he met you this year?
No.
No?
Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no.
Damn.
No.
No? You say you met him at what? It's it's I know that's a copyright. Yeah. Yeah. I tried it and I got a flag. So say you met a man this month in October, date for 3 months, going into January. He's looking for commitment in marriage.
Oh, that's too soon.
That's too soon?
Yeah.
3 months?
That is way too soon.
Okay. But this is your ideal man.
Yeah. Well, my ideal man is also like my best friend. Like someone who's like my homie who gets it. Someone who's like my best friend. Like more than just someone who thinks that they can tell me what to do and like try to control what I'm doing after 3 months.
Do you think that's control when 3 months, or say 3 months?
That's nothing, yeah.
I mean,
I feel like that's the cutoff mark.
Yeah.
If you've been talking to someone for 3 months and it lasts longer,
Y'all would think I was crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's controlling after 3 months? Yeah. Do you think it's controlling for a man that after dating you for 3 months, say 3 to 6 months, right? 3 to 6 months, but say 3 month, the 3 month mark, and this is your ideal man, and he's just laying out, this is what I want. This is what I want to move forward with this. Do you think that's controlling?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's controlling.
Oh, okay.
But like if it's like a ultimatum, like, okay, well, if you have to be all this now.
Yeah.
Then no. Bye.
Okay.
Like, but I just feel like that's just too soon. 3 months.
Not 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what would you prefer? Like 6 months or a year? What did you prefer?
2 years, 3 years.
2 or 3 years?
Before getting engaged?
Before getting engaged.
Oh, wow.
We're getting engaged.
Okay.
That's a long time.
For some
people be like 7-8 years before they get engaged. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Couldn't be
okay.
me.
Could be
Just
me,
like,
yeah.
I was like, ooh, what's
I think
Okay.
5 months is
For
good.
the perfect man.
I mean, 5 months is good.
Yeah. So I guess that's where the way we see the pushback from social media, right? So say if you met your ideal man that has everything you wanted, and say this man is like he's worked his life to get to a point, and he's ready to settle down. Like he has no time to play around anymore. He wants to build a family, and you have to meet him, and you has everything that you wanted, but after 3 months. For some people it may be short, but I think 3 months is fairly enough time. Okay, but it's not 2 weeks, right? But it's 3 months.
That's true.
But you're still willing to let him walk, even though he's your ideal man, has everything you wanted. He's an older man, so he's still in good shape. He still looks, you're attracted to him, but he's ready to start a family, and he met you.
So basically, he's saying, "What? Marry me or leave me alone."
No, he said,
3 months?
yeah, 3 months. He's like, I want to get married.
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
We are on
We on the
TLC.
show, girl.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
Yeah, like I mean, there are people out there who are ready to get married. Like they don't want to participate in this dating culture. They don't want to be single.
Yeah.
So they're looking for something serious, and 3 months is fair enough time, right? Fair enough time. But we're talking about your ideal person, so you will let him walk away in 3 months.
Too, girl. Well,
Okay,
he's
he's 6.
That's my actual life.
He's
Right?
6'4".
That's your man.
6'4", 220.
She said.
To get married,
Yeah.
though. To have children.
Isn't that what you want? Marriage and children?
Like, I got you.
I don't know.
Oh.
3 months. It's
After
like
3 months, it's
I
like
don't
trust
know.
me.
I
Put all your trust into
I
me.
haven't found a person that I trust that I can actually
Well,
envision for the rest of my life. I haven't found them.
Well, yeah, I'm
Never
saying.
came across them.
What I'm saying is, in this scenario, is 3 months has shown you everything that you wanted. He hasn't shown you anything in that 3 months to
No
doubt.
red flags.
No, you're right. No red
Yeah,
flags.
It
yeah.
was a good 3 months.
Yeah.
It was a perfect 3 months.
And then once you get
You
married,
can tell that scared she was like, what's
It's
going
real
on?
him.
Scares the shit out of me. Like,
the real him
I mean,
comes
like-
out, leaves the toilet seat up.
I feel like in thinking of like compromise, I feel like there's like an expiration date on it.
What do you mean?
Like, so we're gonna do this and we're gonna try this, but let's just see how it goes. And if I don't like, if I'm not happy, if this is not what I'm feeling, it's not going to work. And like, you may be the perfect, beautiful, amazing man in front of me, but it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And I've seen relationships like that where people have lost themselves because they thought they found the most perfect person. They never imagined a version of them without them.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Well, this guy, he's not saying that he's perfect. Like everybody has
But he's
imperfections.
perfect to me.
No, he doesn't. He's not perfect to you. He has the things that you're looking for. He's our ideal man. Obviously, there's gonna be things that are gonna be imperfect, but he meets a lot of the things that you're looking for in your ideal man. And you've talked with him for 3 months. He's told you what, like, I'm not here to date around and mess around in this dating culture. I'm tired of that. I want to start a family. I want to have kids. I want to do it with you. But you're not willing to compromise on that.
Yeah, and that's where you have to compromise.
No?
I mean,
because after 3 months, 3 months you're still getting to know someone.
Like, I feel like in that time, like if I'm happy and I've seen this happiness of myself that I haven't seen before, I try it out. Like, see how, because we'd be engaged, right? See how that goes.
Yeah.
And I just feel like as you become closer with someone and as time goes by, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you'll see like other colors of them that you don't see in those when they're just with you. Because you're gonna live with them.
Sometimes years later.
Yeah,
years later.
and so that's why I think
Every
like
day to
compromise
know someone,
has an expiration date because things may change.
I like that.
Yeah, no,
that's honestly like it's true. People do change, like,
People do
And that's okay.
over years. You're right.
Even like right when you get married, someone can change because literally you're getting to know that person every single day, even 5 years into the relationship. Like, damn, you really doing that? I didn't know that you're like that. What the hell? Why you didn't show me that 3 months ago when you proposed to me?
Yeah.
Because
That is the scary part about the dilemma you propose about it. Like 3 months, like this person is like seemingly like everything that you want. Because it's like a person can like make themselves come up as a certain way, or even like deliver the kind of man or woman that you want them to be. This is what you tell them, or they hear or see, you know. And then that's, if you ask me, what we're seeing today as a lot of the problems is like people. I know even with your dating, right? Like guys, they see you're like you're not even high maintenance, but like you have a lot going for yourself. You do a lot for yourself, and so they come in like whining and dining her.
They can't sustain
it.
XYZ.
And the next thing you know, like a couple weeks later, it's like,
no, if they were,
turns out they can't sustain it. It's like
you ain't gonna lie to kick it. They were lying to kick it.
Yeah, just kind of like people have a problem with being their true selves, right? It's very easy to want to sell yourself off as a certain person or be the type of person that somebody tells you that they want, but at the end of the day, you're not.
But does that kind of show that if they have to fake who they were in order to gain your attention, that means they already knew you were too good for them to begin with? Like you were already out of their league, so they had to, elevate. You know, they had to kind of put on this.
It goes on both ends for sure. Yeah.
And then what I found too is that, like I've talked to you about it before. They just mirror you.
Yes.
To be like who you want, not so much the love bombing, but let me act like her. Let me try to see what her values are and try to say, oh, those are
once
my
we're
values
comfortable
too.
that 3 months in herself, then it's like, oh, okay, now I'm not really doing all this. Now we're kind of like settling into the dating, and I don't have to try as hard. And men and women do it to each other, right?
I had posted something the other day saying, the more comfortable someone gets with you, the worse they behave.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is a sad thing. Sorry.
No. I think from my standpoint, because I know modern women today, you have a very independent mentality. I can do everything on my own, and I think that mentality hurts a lot of women. Because one of the things I always hear from women is, I want a man that has a plan. Can we all agree?
Yeah.
I want a man that knows where he's going. Can we all agree? All right. I want a leader, right, to lead me. That he has a plan. He's a leader. He's a leader. He's strong. He's competent. So usually when you meet those types of men, these men are gonna have a plan for you, and they want you to get on that plan. I think what happens is when you're very independent, because I do believe that type of man that you guys are looking for, they know what they want. The guys who have worked their life to build a plan, to work themselves, to be successful, these guys are very like type A personality. Like they're very logical, they're very rational. Obviously they're successful in their business, so they know exactly what they want. And if you happen to meet that man, and you're unwilling to compromise for that man, understanding how rare that man is, for me is I think that's where it hurts you, as when you have a very independent mentality, because I believe in a woman who's not independent but very interdependent and more in their feminine. When they meet that man and he proves to her that he's that type of man, they're more willing to submit and compromise for him and just get on his plan. So I do think that mentality, the independent mentality, which is fine. But the way I see it is, independent to me is just being an adult. That's just the way I see it.
Yes.
And when I hear women say, I'm independent, I can do everything on my own, it's like, oh, welcome to adulthood. It's normal. That you should be at that age if you're an adult over 18. It's nothing special to me being independent.
It's because of that what do you bring to the table quote that makes me think say like, oh, I am independent, I got my own thing. Like, it's not even like we want to say, oh, I'm independent. It's just like, because a lot of men, right, the gold digger, oh, she wants XYZ. And it's just like, so if a woman doesn't say, oh, I have my own job, I'm independent, I do my own thing, I have my own place, pay my own bills.
Yeah.
It's, I guess maybe we need a better word to describe it. I'm self-sufficient. But it's like, what do we say? Because I guess, like you said, like independence, like we're just being an adult, but our society and I guess the way the men and women's roles, right, the masculine, the feminine, like it puts us into like we get into these keywords and we start, right, and it's like, but at the end of the day, like men want to provide and women want to be protected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
So
it's just so simple, really. Like,
that's true.
I think it's natural for a woman when you meet the right man to submit to him. But I think when women who are very independent, I don't need a man, I think that comes from past failed relationships, from men who haven't proved to her, that didn't prove themselves to be worthy of her, or she failed in those relationships, or she lost trust in his ability to be a man. And I think for a lot of guys, that's what we see, because for men, when we work hard, we want to share with our women. We want to be successful because we know that women are looking for provider protectors. But the women who have a very independent mentality, for what I think is, they either had failed relationships with men, because if they would have met the man that proved to her he was a good man, she wouldn't have that independent mentality. She would have been like, I have a man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So I appreciate a man. So I think the independent mentality it hurts you. It repels the man that you guys are looking for, but I think it causes you to be very focused on you and not really focus on being open to compromise, because you're going to have to compromise to some degree, to some level. And especially for the ideal man that you want. If you met your ideal man and he's willing to be with you, then you're going to have to, if that's your only opportunity and shot, then you gotta be willing to compromise more, because if you're not going to take it, then some woman would. Right. And we're talking about something that's going to last forever. So would it be worth it to compromise on certain things if he's proven to you first that he's worth it, to compromise on it, so that way you can live something that's going to be last forever, long term.
Yeah. I feel like women call themselves independent because we have to like protect ourselves.
Yeah.
In a way, like we don't want to feel like we're looking or relying or like searching for someone to come and take care of us. So like saying we're independent makes us believe that we can actually take care of ourselves. Like it's fine. I don't need anything, but we do want love. Like we do want like companionship and partnership, but it's like healing those parts of yourselves where you were hurt.
Oh, okay.
And like believing that men can be trustworthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like just to add in a little thing. Like, so my husband and I were engaged after like 6 months of being in a relationship. And for sure, it was the craziest thing to a lot of our friends and family. Like, I think only my parents were actually accepting of it, because when I was moving, and I remember my stepdad at the time asking me when I came in, so I'm moving to California, and he's like, "Does that guy put a ring on your finger or something?" And I was like, actually, he did, because I just got proposed to. So my parents are really happy about that aspect. But like, it just, right, when you meet the person and like they're a good person, it is hard after that 3 or 6 months to be like, yes, because even then it's like I'd be lying if I sat here and said like, yes, like my husband is for sure in that small percentage of men who make good money and he wants to provide, he's traditional and he's got all those aspects. But then it's like those men also come with like their own family traumas, their own, individual, sometimes that need therapy, and it's like with that strong, hardworking man, usually comes a lot of issues. Yes. It's not just all oh yeah, smooth sailing from there. Like, you know what I
Perfection,
mean?
yeah,
And like, and that small percentage, like, I was like, yeah, they a lot of them like go through a lot of stuff. That's why it's such a small percentage.
Really don't talk about it.
They're working like 14-hour days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a lot that those people are going through to make that kind of money to be where they're at, and so much work and sacrifice. So yes, it does take a special partner to, right? Men want to feel appreciated, like, but the providing, they want to feel respected. They want to feel like, when I'm bringing this like food to the table, it means something. Like when I come home, like she misses me. When I see my kids, they're smiling. But at the end of the day, sometimes, right? Even then, that guy can have everything and still mess it up, or vice versa.
Self-sabotage.
Yes, exactly. And so like that's where the trauma you're talking about, like, from past relationships and just our family stuff and what we've seen our parents accept with dating, right? Like a lot of us have. I have divorced parents, and a lot of my friends divorced parents, or parents that waited to separate, or you don't really see a lot of whole marriages even in the past. And the ones that you saw that were whole, it's like they were tainted. It was like, oh, grandma was getting played, you know?
Yeah, dad had kids outside the marriage.
Yeah, so it's like there's success in a lot of marriages, but there's also, right, you ask those couples that have been together 60 plus years, and like they literally will have these looks in their eyes, you can just tell it's like they both hurt each other so many times. Like, you know, it's like at the end of the day, it's like you can find that perfect person or the ideal guy or ideal woman, but like there is gonna be some sort of hurt at one point or another. And I think as like humans, we have to get over that fear, especially when you have been beaten down multiple times in other relationships. Like it's hard. You see that guy, you're like, this guy is everything. Like he's proposing 36 months later, and like at the same time, you're like, no. Like everything's telling you like no. Yeah. Because you're waiting for it. You're anticipating it. And sometimes it is inevitable. So with the right person, you work through it.
Right. Right.
The one last thing I add on to the independent thing, because I think the independent movement and the ideology, I think that came from the feminist movement.
Yes.
And I think especially the radical feminists. And I think I don't have a problem with feminism. It's just the radical feminism that goes to become like anti-men. Because I think we're built biologically, we were created by God to be together, right? We're better together than apart.
Yes.
All right. And the children, it's better for the children for both parents to be together. And I do believe a good society is the foundation of the nuclear, good, solid, strong families, right? But if you're an independent woman, I don't believe biologically, I think every woman is feminine. I do believe it's in your nature. If you find a man that loves you, respects you, and he's good to you, you're going to naturally submit to him, right? Naturally, right? If you find a strong man. So if you have the independent mentality, I do want to ask you, ladies, is you have to rethink and go back. When did that independent mentality start? Because no girl grows up at a very young age and says, I want to be by myself. I don't need a man. Yeah, I've never heard a young girl say that. She always like, if you had a good father, she always wants to be with her dad. She always wants to be with her brothers, with the good men in her family. But if you have an independent mentality, that's something I would ask you. Just think back in your life and ask yourself, when did that happen in your life? And if you really look deep, I think it usually comes from a failed relationship or some bad experience with a guy that you believe was a strong and committed man to you, but he disproved that notion, and then you heard that ideology and you adopted it. But if you go into a relationship, like you guys mentioned before, men who are provider protectors, we understand that our value in the relationship is providing and protecting for you. And then one of the things that I do notice for women who are very independent, they don't appreciate what a man does in a relationship. So usually independent women, they're very career oriented. You make your own bag, you make your own money. So because you're so used to making money for yourself and doing that for yourself, if you meet a guy that's doing the same thing and he's providing and protecting for you, you're not going to appreciate the money or the work that he does because you're doing that for yourself. But if you take a feminine woman that's a stay-at-home mom and
I think I would appreciate it.
well, yeah, I'm just saying in general, right? In general, right? But I have seen women who are very independent, got their own money, and if a man's working hard to provide for her, especially if he's not at that level yet, she doesn't appreciate it. But if a woman that's feminine that wants to be a stay-at-home mom and she appreciates, she's depending on his man to go out there and provide and protect, she's going to appreciate more because she's more dependent on him because they've had that. He's the provider protector and she's the feminine, and the feminine submissive woman. But if you're very independent and you're making your own bag, say you're making 100,000, right? And then your man's making, say he's making less than you, but he's trying to get to your level. He's making 80,000 because you're making more money than him and you're very independent. You're not going to really appreciate the effort he's putting in to make that money. But a woman that's making less of him and is depending him to make the money, every single bill he pays, every single day he wakes up early in the morning to work, they appreciate him a lot more. So I just think that independent mentality, I think it's just being an adult. That's nothing special, but I think it hurts you not only attracting the men who we really provide and protect, but because you're so focused on what you want, but you're not really open. And I think both men as well, but we need to be open as well to what women want. But I think from the woman's perspective, from the independent mentality, I do hear a lot of women I'm unwilling to compromise or give up, even the most fundamental things that men are looking for in a relationship. Okay, but I'm gonna pull up the first video we're gonna react to. I have a couple of things that I saw online that it's always talked about certain things that men and women fight about. I'm willing to give up. So the first thing online, as always, thank you so much, everybody on the live chat. Rose, Couples for Life, Kingmaker. Let's get a.
Rose is going off.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
There's a troll in the chat box.
Oh, is somebody trolling?
Guys, I cannot.
I saw that.
And then someone goes, the only one, at least superficial one, has a really.
Oh, I
how do you
have.
know-
Oh yeah.
How do you know that some of us weren't already married before and it was a man that failed? So.
At the end of the day, both men and women be fucking up. So hey,
Yeah.
relationships for you, right? You could be stay at home and
Yeah.
fuck it up, or vice versa.
Everyone has a story for sure.
Yeah,
You know.
Mm-hmm.
you're such a good.
And then he goes, if they were like the
take
girl
it
in the classes, they would like, shut up.
Oh.
I'm
Ooh.
calling you out, BL17.
Source comes is late. I'm like, y'all over here.
And the thing is, if you're in I think there are consequences. I don't think I don't have a problem with women being independent and being career oriented. It's just the way of the times are now today because women have to take care of themselves. But there are consequences to it. And I think one of the things when you're very independent and career oriented and the more money you make, you only want to find a man at the same level as you. Right. So, but the thing is, your dating pool starts to decrease. So, if you're making 100,000, and I just mentioned it's a 20% of the population. So, 20% of the population is a dating pool. That means 80% of the other men are unattractive to you.
And you said the average makes 30,000.
Yeah, the average guy making.
Is that in the U.S.?
In the U.S., yeah, 300. Yeah,
I was like, I all them states because I can see that. Then I was like, because you know the Midwest. Sorry.
Unfounded,
Sorry, Midwesterners.
unfounded criticism
Probably
is
not
trolling.
cheap
Look it up.
out there.
Yeah.
So of course 30K go. Not out here.
So this is gonna be the first one, and I have 6 things I saw that was going viral, and let me do the first one.
And he requested that you delete your Instagram, would you do it or would you have an issue with that?
I don't have social media, so I have Instagram. I think that I would have an issue with that.
Really?
Well, I think that would be like an insecurity of his that he would have to deal with without me having to sacrifice something for him.
So you think that's just him being insecure or him having boundaries?
I don't know. I mean, I would view it probably as an insecurity because if he is not worried about, what I'm doing, then I don't think he should worry about me posting on Instagram.
Okay. So social media, posting pictures online, that's our normal thing we see today. There's girls out there, they post their pictures, they post their bodies, dancing, posing, thirst traps. You guys know about thirst traps. All right. So what do you think about that? I know for a fact that most men, they don't want the sexuality of their woman, especially masculine men, to be expressed for the whole world to see. So one of the boundaries for a lot of guys, especially men who at the ideal men, they're married masculine men, they prefer not to do that. So if you happen to meet your ideal man and one of his boundaries is, I don't want you to post your body online for other men to see, Instagram, are you willing to give up your social media to be with him? Or do you guys think that it's insecure for him to ask that? All right. I'll start with Lorna. I see you nodding your head.
I was like, shaking.
What do you think, Lorna?
No.
No?
No, I'm not okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think social media is fun and it's business as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think especially if you got a bad girl, don't you want her to look bad? Don't you want her to look sexy? Don't you want everyone to want her?
Yeah.
That's why you know, like that's why and you got her, so you're lucky.
Yeah.
But that's not okay. I don't think that's cool.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What about you? Thank you, Lorna. What about you, Zanika?
I don't know, honestly. I don't post anyways, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't really be a problem for me.
Yeah. So you delete it?
I mean,
For
I guess if I was on like a nice vacation in the Bahamas and I took a picture in a bikini, why can't I post that? You know?
Yeah.
So
Okay. So you won't delete your IG? If you
delete the IG?
Yeah. If you met your ideal man.
Oh, I think I would. My personal one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. What about you, Angela?
I mean, first, like a lot of people think, oh, they're thirst traps or whatever. But for me personally, I post them for myself, you know, memories pop up like, oh, you're looking bad, right? You know, or look, 7 years ago, you still look the same. You know, so it's cool. Like I want to be able to look back on my life and it's basically like, you know, you were living it up, you know, it's not because I don't care about the likes. I don't care how many followers I have. I don't care about any of that. It's just my own little photo journal for me. Right. But if I met my ideal man and he asked me to remove it, I'd probably suggest like, hey, let me keep it, but you can have a password, look at it and, you know, look at it. You got access, we could share it.
Yeah.
But if it was a total deal breaker, then I'd remove it because I mean, it's just social media.
Yeah.
But I'd have a big ask too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Be Vanessa?
I think I could, if not necessarily that if he's insecure, but because it's my job, I think as a partner and my partner's job as well. So we both make each other feel secure in our relationship. Yeah, I would delete it. I mean, I don't post anyways. Absolutely. I don't post anything, but if I was a poster or even taking pictures and doing that, yeah, most definitely have no issue with it. It's my job to make him feel secure, just like it's his job.
Okay. What about you, Ray?
Social media. It's social media.
Yeah, social media.
It's not real life.
And facts. It's not real life.
Exactly.
It's not real life.
Yeah.
Depending on the context, it would be a no for me. Like, for instance, like you said, if I was already posting all these thirst traps or bad bitch pictures, you saw it, you liked it, you asked me out, you had a whole situation, like you liked it, you saw it, with my husband, right? I was posting all types of stuff when he met me, and like not once did this man ever say delete it. Like, and there's been guys in the comments, there's been men in my DMs. It really just comes down to the trust. Yeah, I'm not on there like now. I would probably understand if I was like an OnlyFans girl and like my whole page is just nothing but like sex content. Then if you get with a guy, then it's like, you know, at that point maybe you're paying bills or providing whatever. Then it's like, okay, I can get rid of that account. But the fact that it's like a personal account, it's like no. Like for me, it's like I've got long distance friends, family on there. Like it's not, you know, it's not for you. And so if you're gonna call yourself being those types of people with a picture or about, you know, the Instagram, that is on you. That is most likely a trigger.
Yeah.
Some ex relationship. She, you know, disrespected your boundaries or, you know, cheated, or that always stems from something, you know, that's just how I feel about stuff like that, especially social media. Unless you're announcing a relationship. Put it on social media.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Then it's important. I'm like, put that shit on there. Yeah. No.
That's on Facebook. Instagram, yeah.
But I would say hard no. Like, unless, you know, there was some really valid reason, like being a sex worker.
Yeah.
That was my account. And now I'm no longer that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, valid reason, not just, hey, I'm insecure. Can you
I don't
take
like
it
your
down?
bikini picture. Like, who was that guy?
Sounds like a personal
like a dummy.
Yeah.
You're in a bikini on a surfboard. It's like, that's
I
life.
surf.
Like, what you mean? Like, I'm on a jet ski. Like, vroom, vroom. Like,
Yeah.
This shit is fun. I want people to see how much fun I'm
yeah,
having.
look at my ass. Look at my ass. I worked hard for it. Look at it.
My life's great.
What happens is they'll ask you to like stop posting on Instagram, remove the Instagram, and then you find out they have like a Tinder.
That's exactly what it is too. It's projection most of the time.
You got me.
That's another thing.
Like, you're like
That's a
trying to
separate question,
compensate.
That's
You're compensating, trying to cut me off from the world because you're out here
want
doing
to
dirt.
Yeah. I know for a lot of women they would say it's It's insecurity, right? I do hear that from a lot of women. It's insecurity. It's actually not insecurity, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure there's men out there who are insecure, but I think if you talk about masculine men who know what they want and they want to provide and protect and raise a good family, there's a reason why we care about how you express your sexuality to the world, especially to other men, because we have understanding that men are always going to approach you, especially if you're an attractive woman. So if we're going to go into a committed relationship, right, we prefer for you to act and behave in a way that doesn't attract unnecessary attention from men, that's going to give them any motivation to pursue you and talk to you. So that's why for most guys, they're very conservative of what they expect to have the woman dress, because we understand when you go out there to the real world, and I'm not there, if you're attractive, men will always pursue you. Men are always going to try to talk to you because they don't know who you are, right? They don't know who you are, right? That's right. So social media is just another medium where guys can connect with you and they can DM you and they can approach you. So what do you think? What do you guys think is like the number one dating app right now in the world?
Instagram.
It's Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Right?
It's a dating app?
It is.
It is.
So people treat it as a dating app.
It's right.
Like, yo.
It's
It's a sneaky link app.
It's like a sneaky
Instagram.
link.
Yeah, exactly. Instagram is the number one dating app. So the thing is, if you're posting pictures online and you're posting provocative pictures or pictures of yourself, that's all men are gonna see it, and men are gonna try to attempt to pursue you, and they're gonna DM you, they're gonna like your pictures. So that's why for guys I don't want to deal with that problem. That's an unnecessary problem I want in my relationship. Why just delete it and be done with it? Okay. So, and I've heard the reasons why a lot of women would say, you know what, it's long distance. How I connect with friends, call, use your phone, text. Some of you guys just said that social media isn't even in real life anyway, right? So, and also I know Angela brought up the post for yourself. I know we had this conversation with a lot of guys is, I don't think women post online for themselves. I do believe a big part of it is validation, because if you just wanted to post for yourself, you could have posted it on your phone.
Oh yeah, someone said, an SD card. I'm gonna put an SD card on my iPhone. What the hell? That's not gonna work. No, because on the app, like the memories pop up. Like I manage 3 Instagram accounts, and like things will pop up that I even forgot about. Like, wow, look at what I was doing 3 years ago. Like, those are nice.
Do you think if Instagram removed likes, do you think anybody would be?
I don't care.
Do you think women would still post?
You can hide. I mean, in a sense, you can already hide them. So in a sense, people already can't see how many likes I hide mine on.
And why not just send your pictures to your man?
Well, I don't have a man.
Well, what I'm saying is, if we're talking about meeting your ideal man, right?
What if my man took my pictures?
No, what I'm saying is, if you meet your ideal man, instead,
Like if a man hits me up on Instagram, obviously
I agree with her. It's like, so you liked what you saw, but now that I'm yours, you want to switch it.
All of a sudden, can't nobody see it. It's like, but here's the thing: is like, if I'm in a bikini, they're gonna see it anyways. Like, dudes are gonna come up to me regardless. Like,
Instagram,
we go to a club, we go to the bathroom. Guess what? Here's 2 niggas in my face, like all the time.
But
it's like it doesn't stop.
For
on
instance,
social media.
I take dance class, right?
It's
provocative dancing.
Yeah.
Like modern jazz, but we're in heels, we're in like, small clothes, and I post those. So what people think like, oh, that's sexy. Oh, it's just a thirst trap. No, that's my hobby.
I know.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not social media. I don't use my social media for dating.
Yeah.
So it's not even where I would find a man anyways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's for you. But I'm telling you, but from the
say
men's
that,
perspective,
from a man's perspective, you should get to know the real me and not judge me on what I just choose to post
and if it's
online.
like that, I'm not your girl. Like, if you're gonna be that pressed, like you liked it when you saw it, but now, oh my God, showed it, delete it. And it's like, go somewhere.
My question
like,
too is the guy gonna keep his Instagram?
I was like this before you.
If a guy is asking me to remove mine, is he keeping his or he removes his also?
he removes his also.
Okay.
Yeah. To keep it fair.
Situation. Especially if he's out there getting likes and stuff too, because there's some of these guys on here, gym pics, man, butting it like you see girls like,
hey,
yeah,
hey, 6'2".
That's my man, and it's like I'm his whole ass wife over here, like,
no,
but that's a barrier.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of men.
When we talk to women, and usually when you listen to women and what men want, right? Like strong provider, protector, leader, masculine, alpha, right? Emotional control, right? Competent, right? It's usually very traditional qualities that women are looking for in a man. So if you look, and I think if you ask most women would describe a traditional man. But the thing is, if you're looking for a traditional man is also looking for a traditional woman, right? So there's always going to be guys that's going to approach you. There's always going to be guys that's going to like your pictures, or they'll try to take you out. But I would guarantee most of the time those guys are not the traditional men that you guys are looking for, because a traditional man it's not going to approach you
So
if you're posting those pictures
what is
online.
the concept of a trophy wife? That's a lie, though. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, not a lie, but I'm like, that's, I would just say inaccurate from my own experience, because I've had plenty of traditional men like courting me for my husband, who's extremely traditional.
Yeah.
And it's like, if anything, the appeal is that I have those same values, but I am a little bit more
on the edge,
sexier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we can go out to the clubs.
spicy.
Like, like, I am gonna look good on his arm. Like, I'm not just his wife, but I make him feel good when I'm with him and around him. So I think that the sex appeal that I had on social media is a part of his attraction to me.
Yeah.
And so from my husband's perspective, it doesn't make him feel like, oh my God, like, why is she like, I'm not hiding her body from the world, because he's so proud of me and like to be with me. And he's the one filming my videos.
Yeah.
And like, but because it's like at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not going to be entertaining a bunch of dudes. Like, it's
No.
not me. But it's also, I'm also married,
Yeah.
So it's like, and he's a different guy. Like, not every guy is like that. Like you said, a traditional men, like, a lot of them really honestly aren't. Like, I meet more men who are just, like, don't do that.
To clarify the difference, there are a lot of traditional. So I'm not talking specifically traditional men. I'm talking about traditional men that is your type, that you're attracted to, that is your ideal man. So there are guys out there there are traditional men out there, but they're 5'3". Okay.
Oh, I see.
All right. So, and these are the guys. So the 5'3" guys are the ones, they're traditional, but they understand they're 5'3", and or maybe they're feminine. All right. So they will sacrifice on certain things to get access to you. So they'll sacrifice on certain things that we know as men is our boundary, but they'll compromise or they'll sacrifice that so to get the woman. But if you talk about masculine men, the men that is their type, that has those characteristics, they understand that they have options. They're not going to compromise on what we feel like as men. Like, I don't want my woman exposing herself out there. So, but that's usually the type of guys, if you ask most women, you would describe 6'1", 6 foot, 100K, 150. These guys that meet that type, and they're also masculine and they're also traditional, they're not going to compromise at all. But they're also, but I know there's going to be guys that don't like your picture, but there's going to be guys in your DMs. But those are not the guys that you would want, because if that was the guy you would want, you would already be with him already. But they're still left unread on your DMs, and you don't care if you're looking for that one guy to like your picture. So that's the pushback is, if like, you can post your picture, and they're gonna be guys out there that's gonna willing to take you as you are. But I would argue that that person is, because I do believe as men, especially the more masculine the man is, the more a lot of girls don't like a lot of women don't like this word, but the more masculine he is, the more territorial of how he wants to keep his woman's sexuality only exclusive to him. And for me, from my perspective, it's something special. Like, my access to her body, to her body, I don't want to share that with all other men in the whole world to see. That's something I would like to keep between me and her. And if you're showing it for the entire world, from our perspective, is it really special if thousands or millions of other men are seeing it, right? And especially if you're talking about sex work, if you work on your body and you have some gains, show it to your man. Why not just post it to your man, especially if that's the man that you want? Why show it to the whole world?
I mean, unless you're like
right?
a gym person who's like into bodybuilding and promoting like a brand or something. Yeah.
So if you're single and you're living your life, that's fine. And say a man approaches you, but once he gets to know you, is, if we're gonna move this to the next step of marriage, long-term commitment, I think we should, if we're gonna take this serious, social media is something I don't want to partake in. Are you really gonna delete? Are you really gonna keep your social media? And for me, it is kind of irrational. Where I see a lot of women, they'll meet their ideal man. You fight for social media more than you're gonna fight for the man, for the relationship you want. Social media is fake. Does it make you money? I would say that 95% of people on social media, it's not really making you money. So it's not making you money. It's not reality. It's the validation you get is from men who don't care about you.
That's true.
But there is a man, in your life right now that wants to talk to you and give you
Yeah.
attention, wants to take care of you, but you care more about the validation of random men who only want to sleep with you. Let's keep it 100. They only want to fuck you. Okay. Right. So, and I find for me, it's very irrational when I see modern women fighting for something that doesn't really care or doesn't benefit them for a relationship. When they finally meet a man that's willing to give them everything you want. But I'm promise you this: the more masculine that man is, the more he fits everything you want. Most men, if they were honest, they will not prefer to date a woman that's showing for the entire world. But I think there are guys out there who are not as masculine. They're not assertive. They're scared. Oh, if I ask this of my woman, she might leave. But masculine men with options, they're not gonna be afraid. This is why I do it. This is what I want. And if you don't want it, it's fine, because there's women out there that I can walk away and go into. So it's just really, well, what do you think about that? Like fighting for Instagram, like, is there really any benefit?
No, there's no need. You should never fight. Yeah, I know.
For something.
If it's to the point where you know he's about to be like, I'm gonna leave you over. It's like, yeah, at that point, just get rid of it. Yeah. If it's really that bad, if it really triggers, whether it's insecurity or not, yeah.
Shaking her ass on live.
I mean,
that's a lot. Like,
see, pictures versus like full on booty shots.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, like straight up like discounts in my like link. You know,
but where do you draw the line? Like, I mean, like I said, I would give up the social media if I were asked, you know. But what's next? My clothes?
Yeah.
You know,
like,
that
doesn't stop there.
Yeah. Where does it stop? Because that's where, you know, I draw the line is my mom and my daddy don't tell me what to wear. You're not about to either. You know what I mean? I feel like there's appropriate clothing for appropriate occasions, but I own my sexuality, not the man I'm with, you know? So if like I'll admit I feel myself hard, and if you don't feel yourself hard, no one else will. You know, so
the MVP baby.
So now he's just trying to change who you are.
Exactly.
Like,
now you want to dull it down because it's like
so now you're gonna change who I am because you're not comfortable with it, but you know who I am.
And I disagree with Angela, and I understand Angela because you're seeing it from the men's perspective. One of the things that you guys always ask men to do is be the provider protector. And one of the things that men have to do is provide and protect the relationship even from yourself.
But what if women are even asking that? I'm sorry.
No.
The modern woman is not asking for the guy to even come in and provide like that.
Yeah.
So that's where you're seeing like the really bad dynamic these days where these guys want these women to be like, you know, what do you bring to the table? Right. And then it's like, and on top of that, like, do you cook? Do you clean? Like all these different it's not the same like traditional aspects I think that we are discussing right now compared to what we're seeing out there right now on social media, because we see these memes and these posts and these comments.
No, I would agree that most men today are not traditional. I would agree. Most men today are not masculine, right? So what's happening is women are dating men who are not masculine, women are dating men who are not good leaders, and they're having bad experiences with these men. That's why the divorce rate is so high, right? So these men are not up to par with what women want. And then after women go through all these bad experiences with these guys that's not up to par with their standards, what they finally come to realize is, you know what? I want a traditional man, right? Because these men, but the thing is, if you're not traditional woman, you're not going to attract the traditional men, especially the traditional man that's your type, that has the characteristics that you want and the income that you want. These guys, and that's the thing. If you want something traditional, that's fine, but you have to be traditional yourself. And I have never seen a woman, I haven't seen it, maybe there is an example, but I haven't seen a woman yet that's very untraditional how the way she moves her life and attract exactly a man that's traditional. I've never seen that dynamic where untraditional and traditional, even with both men and women, vice versa. It's usually the traditional only works when both parties are in the are traditional.
Traditional when it comes to women. Are we talking about like just values and morals, or is it tradition like, oh, how you were raised, your background, your religion, your
traditional
ethnicity, how like, oh, my family's from Africa and we cater to our men and wash their feet.
Yeah.
You know, is that like traditional? Are we carrying like, you know, when you say man wants a traditional woman, what are we actually?
No, so when we say traditional, it's just how relationships were back in the day, where the man was the strong provider protector. He 100% paid all the bills. He took care of his woman. The woman stayed at home, submissive to his leadership, and she dressed appropriately.
Some also had kids outside of marriage.
Well, but
a lot of the times, not a lot of the times, but some.
No, though, I mean, if you take that to the side, because we're imperfect, There were men who were stepping out of the marriage, and there are also women who are stepping out of the marriage. But in that traditional relationship, that's like, the woman would stay at home, the man was the provider protector, and the woman didn't dress appropriately, and they weren't posting their body online back then. So I think for most guys is I have talked to masculine men. They don't mind you wearing sexy outfits if you're with him.
Yeah.
If you're with him, you like if you're with a guy, he doesn't care. Dress how you want because I'm here. You're my woman, right? But if you're out there in the world, especially if you're very attractive, we just understand as guys is that if you dress it in a certain provocative way, men are going to come to you and they're going to pursue you for no reason at all, because we understand how guys are.
Okay, but then where does the trust lie? And like, you should be able to trust your woman. If you're gonna choose to live life with her, why wouldn't you know that, like, no matter how many, if 100 guys hit on her, it'll still be okay because she won't entertain it.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to put her in a situation that's a risk. So why would I let her wear anything and she attracts 100 guys talking to her every single day instead of a woman just wears it appropriately? You're still gonna get hit on, but instead of 100 guys approaching you because they're always having your body out, but you have like 10 guys. I can deal with that, but I'm not. But why put yourself in a worse situation?
Yeah, I mean, and then there's a look and don't touch. Like, you guys, it's there. I have a body. It's gonna be there, but no one's touching it. No one's.
But you're seeing it from the women's perspective. Like, for the men's perspective, if they see anything sexual at your body,
So I could tell my guy, you can't wear gray sweatpants ever. Is that okay?
I mean, that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah, no hoochie daddy shorts. Yeah.
But you know why we don't? But you know why that doesn't matter? Because the men are the one that are approaching.
That's not true these days. Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but that's like, but that's like 1%, less than 1%. Most women are not going to approach a man even if she likes you.
Yep, that's me.
Like how many men have?
I shoot my shot to approach men.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why.
My friends,
Yeah.
they're all like, no shame.
Yeah, what I'm saying. That's why you don't really have to worry about the guy, because women are not assertive enough to approach a man, even if it's sexy, even if it's wearing a great sweatpants and they can see it. Girls will look at it, but most of them are not going to approach. For us, we understand that when you guys are especially if you're a very attractive and beautiful woman, men don't give a shit. They're going to approach you. They can see the ring. They don't care. So we want to minimize. We want to minimize that risk. So if we understand it as guys, like I just want to make sure that I don't want my woman to deal with unnecessary attention from men, because also there are creeps out there. There are weirdos out there. So some guys might come here and might touch you. So I don't want to deal with that risk anyway. So I'd rather just if we are together, you can be beautiful, but when I'm not around, I rather you just dress appropriately.
I mean, I totally agree with that, because when I'm with, my man, if I had a man, I want to look up to par. But when I'm at home, I look like a bum. I got my bonnet on because I like to stay indoors. But when I'm out, I like to, dress up and look good for my man. If I had a man, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. If I look like a bum at home.
And this is something I talked about with some of the guys also. I think women who are who dress very provocative, I think that has to come a lot from. I think if your woman's dressing that way, I think that's your responsibility as a man, that you're probably not showing her enough attention to make her feel beautiful. I think as a man, if you're actually spending time with her, appreciating her, making sure that you're telling her she's beautiful and she feels beautiful, I don't think women will feel the need to put their body out there. And when I talk to women who are, because I know girls right now who are in the sex industry, and I know girls right now who post their bodies, and when we have the conversations behind closed doors, a lot of them say is, I didn't get the attention I wanted, and I want that attention from men. But if you find a real good man that's giving that to you, I truly believe you won't want to look for the outside validation, because your man's telling you you're beautiful every single day. He's touching your body. You guys are enjoying a great sexual intimacy relationship. He's appreciating your body. He's encouraging you. He encourages your body. He loves your imperfections. If you have security with your man and that attention, I don't think most women will go outside. And I think if women are posting their bodies online, I think it has to do that you're probably not receiving something from the man that you want.
I don't know about the posting bodies online, but as far as like clothing, like I like to wear what fits what I think is best. I don't choose outfits being like, oh, which one's gonna get more attention today? Choose the one where I don't look fat in that day, or just looks, that looks good, compliments my body. I'm never thinking about anyone else. Maybe I'll ask the guy, like, if we're on a date, what's your favorite color? I'll accommodate him. But the guys that I've dated, they love it. You know, they love like when I pull up and I'm dressed like, you know, like
Yeah,
a
well,
woman,
you're-
like
well,
a feminine woman. You know,
Well, on a date, when you're going on a date, yeah, we love
I
it.
don't have my with my man clothes and then without my man clothes.
Yeah,
like
there's
it's
no
just
such
all,
thing, yeah.
you know, I mean, if I'm going to court or whatever, like any business setting, of course I'm going to be dressed conservatively.
Yeah.
But if I'm out and about, I'll be in leggings and a sports bra from, you know, Victoria's Secret or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about, oh, I'm getting attention or trying to impress my man or whatnot. This is what I felt like wearing today. It looks good on me. I like what I see in the mirror. I'm the first person that sees that I encounter when I wake up, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's all approval. Like I like to approve of me.
And it
Fuck
just so
everybody
happens I
else.
look bad as fuck in that.
You get a lot of
leggings
guys.
and sports
Do you get a
bra.
lot of guys approach you?
Actually, no.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will look. I mean, they're holler, but I'm like, what? Like they won't even get out of the car. Like I'm a lady, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes even on social media, they'll be like, "How old are you?" Like, how is this relevant? Is this the first thing? Are you single? Like,
Yeah.
do I even know you for you to be asking me this?
Yeah.
So when I get hit on social media by someone young and dumb or whatever, or rude, I shut it down quick.
Yeah.
So when my man sees that, he knows he doesn't have to worry because I'm a mean person.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, leave me alone.
Yeah, but also I think also for social media, I think one of the risks, especially in the beginning stages of a relationship where it's not that strong, I think one of the problems with social media is if you're dating somebody and you know there's a lot of guys in your DMs, and you have options, and you go through your first obstacle or fight with that man, and you guys haven't really built something together, but you're still dating. I think a lot of women have the tendency to, you know what, I don't want to deal with this guy. I'm just gonna go with the next guy. So I think that's what social media creates is this illusion. You have options, and I think one of the things I don't see today that people don't really fight for their relationship at all today. At the first sign of obstacle adversity, most people quit, and then you know what, I'll just go for the next person. But if you talk to most people who have been married for their entire time, is one of the qualities that you find in them is like they're really willing to work through all the issues. You know, no matter how hard it is, they have commitment, they have intention. But today in social media, you get your first argument, you know, I'm gonna go to my next bitch. All right, I'm gonna get with my next dude.
Our roster.
Right,
Yeah.
a roster.
Pasta.
So
Yeah. Wait list. Like, all right, on to the next.
yeah,
Literally, on to the next.
but that's I think that hurts you. That's a very healthy, unhealthy
it's not
mindset.
healthy whatsoever.
Yeah. That's why I think get off social media.
Well, social media is the reason for so many affairs and so many. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Issues
I have
in
endless
general.
options.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're married
That is
with
a-
3
Like,
kids,
oh,
and you're
this
sending me a
person is
DM.
paying me more attention
Yeah, like
than
you're hearting
my
my
husband.
picture. Yeah.
Oh, let me entertain this. And sooner or
Yeah.
later, you're having like an online affair.
That's why you delete it. That's why you just get off it.
Or
Don't
keep your
deal with it.
profile
I mean, to be
private.
honest,
You know, your
I'm
Instagram private.
more attracted to men that have a very limited or no social media presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are honestly the best.
I cannot stand a dude that's on
But-
social media. I can't.
But
Straight,
but-
take a
but
picture of
don't
me.
you find that-
Yeah, straight. Take a picture of me, dude.
No.
Yeah, take a picture of me, dude.
But here's the thing. That's I encourage that. That's fine. That's good. But don't you find it kind of contradictory that that's the man you prefer, but you have a social media presence?
Yeah, so this is what I do. Whenever I'm trying to entertain a guy, seeing if this is going to work out, I look at his followers list and I see, is it 90% women? So, and if you look at mine, it's a mix. It's businesses, men, women, animals.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like all, like when I see a guy, it's like women. I've shut it
Oh,
down
yeah,
too.
it's a real
I'm like,
flag.
yeah,
All the way.
you know,
Bitch, you want all these bitches?
They
like,
all these
bitches all day.
Yeah.
demographic.
Well, look at his
You got
life.
Pornhub and
on
you
your
got
followers.
followers.
I don't think we're a good fit for each other because really you're just here shopping for a woman.
You're literally entertaining all these females that you have
So
as your, on
can
your
we
friends list.
can we
Yeah.
all agree that there's so many issues with social media with
There's a
IG?
lot of issues.
Yeah,
There's a
Why
lot
why
of issues.
why not?
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
not just have the mindset? Just I want a partner. I want a partner to delete it. Like for me personally, my profile. The only reason why I have it is for my podcast. If it wasn't for my podcast, I wouldn't have IG.
I
Right?
literally have like
I
10
wouldn't have
pictures
IG.
posted. Yeah, so I'm
Right.
not even on there.
So-
yeah.
Delete your Instagram.
Yeah, so
Like, you want to fuck with me? Delete your Instagram.
I think
Yeah.
I think I think most people live on social media, but you know I heard that argument, right? I'm gonna look at his follow list to see how many. That's just too much.
That's doing a lot.
That's doing a lot.
Really? Just a quick scan of women.
I know, but
like the first 15.
Yeah, but that's what social media creates. That these.
I mean, but you can see who, like the guy I'm seeing now, he has like 140 followers, and it's men and women. Like good 50-50 mix. So that's why I'm like, and mostly his family members. So it's like,
got like 3
I know,
likes.
like you're not over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I need a 3 like
girls
niggas.
DMs where I dated a guy.
I need a nigga with 3
where
likes.
It was women, and I should have known it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Turned out that way. Women. And
that's
well, yeah.
There's some facts to that, for real though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you date a guy that has an online social media presence for his business and he's highly successful, he's gonna have a lot of women followers. But I think if that's the case, then you should have access to it, right? If you're gonna be in a committed relationship,
or just have some trust. And if you're in a committed relationship, like if a guy has all these women that he's following business wise, if he wants to entertain them or not, if I'm putting all my trust into you and you trust me, then you should know that I'm not going to be entertaining these hoes or you entertaining no hoes either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You can go through my Instagram. You want to look at my phone and look at, I'm going to show you like, oh my God, look at this. Look who just DM'd me. This is stupid. Look at this. That, that's the type of relationship I want.
Yeah.
If I was in a relationship and we both had Instagram, because I'm not insecure. I don't care. You can have your Instagram, but it's all about who you want to entertain or what you're going to entertain. You're in a relationship. So you have a bitch that's DMing you should automatically delete her ass and block her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't have any interruptions in your relationship. That's all on the man and all on a woman. Simple as that. So as far as like me deleting my Instagram because you're super insecure, like if I had to do that, maybe, just depends, but if you're not healed enough from your past relationship because your bitch in your past relationship was all DMing all these dudes, then don't fuck with me because I'm not like that. Don't judge me based off the last bitch you was with because I ain't her, she ain't me.
Okay.
Does not have to do with me.
Yeah, they ain't got shit to do with me. Yep.
Okay.
Simple as that.
All right. So thank you so much, everybody, so far. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep it moving. I have another video I want to react to. Okay.
You're entertaining.
I know, Angela, this is gonna be for you because you said this. All right. All right, let me play this right here.
She goes out to the bars or the clubs frequently.
Yeah, if she's going out like girls' night every weekend, what is she doing? She's doing it because she wants to go and talk to other guys. Even if she's not cheating or doing anything, she's seeking that validation. That's just sketchy.
And we all know what that environment is like. All the eye contact, all this sexual tension everywhere. People who are there are normally single looking to meet other people. So if it's a girl in a relationship who's always going out, it's just questionable. What if a girl says like, I just want to go out and dance with my friends, stop being jealous?
Yeah, but you can go out and dance with your friends and bring your boyfriend along. The issue is when she wants to do it without you.
Exactly.
I would say it's all the time. If she's going out every weekend and never inviting you out, then yes, red flag, pass the bitch along.
Yeah.
Like, but if it's a situation where, like, even like you said, once a month, I want to go out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes, please don't guilt trip me.
Yeah, like you
please let me go
with
out.
your friends.
Yes, guys
really
want
like
guys
your-
night.
yeah.
But yes, if your girl, your guys out every freaking weekend, every other weekend, and like you're never invited. That's a problem.
It's like codependency. Like, you have to come with me to the club. You got to go with me to the grocery store. Like, you don't trust me. Like, damn, like, can I go out once a month with my homegirls? It's my girl's bachelor party or like bachelorette party. Of course I'm going to go by myself. Why would I bring you?
my
Like,
God.
man, why would you give me a guilt trip? Why would you give me a guilt trip for going out?
Like
Okay.
they can always
So it's because
emphasize
of
trust.
women, like,
It all comes
trust.
down to trust. It all comes down to trust. Like, obviously you don't trust me. If you want to go with me, that's so weird.
That's because
I mean,
bachelor
once
parties
in a
get
while.
lit and they be
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
like,
once in a
what
while,
are you
like,
doing?
of
And
course I
it's
wanna-
like
yeah,
not the
right.
same shit that goes down at bachelor parties.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Never, what is it, penis in my face? I'm not that turned on. Jesus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not the same as, strip club and
Yeah, it's like, of course I want to go out with my man here and there or whatever, like whenever we do decide to go out and go hit a club or whatever, of course I want to do that. But if my girl's having a birthday party and I'm going to go, of course, like, why would you want to come with me? Why would you want to hang out with a bunch of bitches?
Okay.
Well, I mean, any guy want to hang out with a bunch of bitches.
I mean, of course they do,
I was
but like
my man,
realistically,
loves to
no.
go to the club and it's like nothing but me and a bunch of girls at a table. Like, any guy's gonna be like, yeah, and I got the bill too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's a man for the night. He's a man for the night.
Lorna, what do you think, Lorna? What do you want to say to that?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah.
I love her. She's like,
I'm just trying to listen to
she's
everybody
so relaxed.
No.
Over here, like,
I'm good.
yeah.
No, the girls' night out.
Oh.
Is it a red flag if the girl wants to go on a girls' night out?
No.
Clubs? No?
No, at all. I would love to do things without the person that I'm with all the time. I think having me time and time with your friends, like, yeah, when your boyfriend is there, you're like, oh, so cute, look how cute we are. But when your girls are there, you're like, like,
I'm
trying to smoke, trying to drink, trying to come home drunk.
You're gonna have
jam. Like, you can't do that when there's a male presence around.
Okay.
It's more fun when they're not.
It's the feminine essence. It really is.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be real, and even my husband said this before, he's like, most men are not going to really go and approach the group of girls.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, most
girls
girls.
like this, they're not going to be like, yo, ladies. Like, they're mostly going to get dogged the fuck out by somebody. So most guys are going to do. So then we as women, that's when we go like, what are you worried about?
They'll
like,
approach a pair or go by yourself.
Yeah, they'll holler from across the street. Like, and that's about it.
Okay.
Like, trying to airdrop you a picture or something.
Yo, girl.
What about you? Lenika? What do you think?
What was the question?
No, but that video. Is it
Oh, the video.
About going out.
going out? Is it a red flag going out with your friends to bars, clips,
Honestly,
clubs, without your man?
I don't think so, but I guess everybody's different. So it's just based off your relationship you have.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I go out. Even when I was in a long-term relationship,
Yeah.
I still went out with my friend on the
Yeah.
weekends,
Yeah.
whatever.
You gotta make time for
But
yourself.
like I said, I don't go to clubs. So if anything, we're going to go smoke. We're going to go get some food, maybe have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I do.
Okay.
So it was never a problem.
Yeah, I'm right
Like,
there with her.
I don't go to clubs. I don't do all that. So it's never been.
Okay.
I don't know. But I mean, if I had a friend who was doing that all the time and she was in a relationship,
Yeah.
I don't. As long as she's not like talking to other men or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it.
Okay.
You are
Not at
who
all.
you hang out with.
Yeah, you are.
What about-
Birds of a feather flock together.
That's what they say.
That's what they
but
say.
I'm
But
like my own
to an
person, so
extent,
my friend can be
yeah.
doing what she's doing,
She'll be
and I'm
doing
not.
some ratchet
Yeah.
little
I look
shit.
at it as I
I'm
guess
not
if
in
it's
it.
like if it's an every weekend situation and it's like the
That
same
shit's
girls
weird.
and you like know that them girls.
It's
be
like, aren't you tired?
It's like
Aren't you
it's
kidding
like
me?
maybe eventually
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
might like right.
I
It's
can't
like,
do that.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay. What
I like
about
having this.
what about Angela?
I do go out.
Yeah. What do you think about that video?
Every weekend it's excessive. Like, is that your hobby? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, like people, for me, the majority of my friends are in the nightlife industry. So that's really the only time I get to catch up with them is when they're working.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's why I go out because we're all busy during the weekdays and stuff. I invite my man if he wants to go.
Yeah.
I invited him today. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think that trust is everything, It doesn't matter if 100 men are paying attention to me. I'm not paying attention to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't entertain a conversation. If I catch someone looking at me a little too long, I say, what? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
do I know?
It's gonna happen. We all have
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna notice a big booty girl at the guys are just a big booty
Like,
girl.
dude, she
Like,
got a big ol' ass. Y'all see that big ol' ass?
whether it's a pair of jeans or
Yeah.
a fucking dog, you're
I've-
gonna see it.
I've heard.
But I wouldn't like it if my man was trying to go out with the boys every weekend. It'd be
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd be like,
Something's
Oh, for
work
sure,
out
there's
today?
something going on.
Are your all your chores done? Things like that.
Yeah.
It's not healthy anyway.
Yeah.
Not
Who
every
wants to
weekend.
go out? I mean,
Yeah.
at this age, it's so tiring to
I
go
like to
out
stay
every
home.
weekend. I love
Yeah.
to stay home, especially during the fall season.
Yeah.
Give me a nice blanket, got my fireplace going, and a good Netflix show. I'm keeping my ass at home and some snacks. If you want to come through, bring some snacks.
Are you a
And a little.
Taurus?
I am a Scorpio.
Really?
Yeah.
The homebody Scorpio.
I'm a homebody. Don't
For
bother
me, it's
nobody.
like
I don't
That
bother
moon must
nobody.
be like an earth sign because ain't no way.
I'm not your average Scorpio. I always
That's what I'm
say.
saying. I was like, your
But yeah.
moon, your rising's gotta be like
Mhm.
much more balanced than Scorpio.
Yeah.
Let me see, Angela.
Well, for me, it's like whenever I was gonna say, I get an invitation, I'm like, damn, I can't get out of this. I have to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they went to my birthday. I have to go to their birthday.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll
Okay.
show you
Really
30
feel
minutes.
No, not yours.
Oh,
Yours,
like-
not you, not about you, but most other people.
I
Yes.
just like to make good appearance. I'll make good appearance. I'll take myself home. Yeah.
I think when it comes to the going out thing and why men see it as a red flag, I think it still comes to the same thing with the dressing appropriately. I think you're putting yourself in a situation that can cause a lot of risk. When you go to the club, especially going to the club with your friends, there's a lot of alcohol involved, right? There's a lot of men out there. And of course, we all understand people go to the clubs. 90% of people go to the clubs, especially the men, they're looking to get sex from the women at the clubs. All right. So
Is that where you're out?
Hmm?
Is that where you go out to the club?
no, I don't go out to the clubs.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
live.
No, I don't. No, but it's yeah. It's I think it's just for the way the men see it is you putting yourself in a situation, especially if you don't invite your man around. If your man is there, and we understand that the men are going to approach you if you go to the club, especially if you're very attractive. I think you're putting yourself in a situation, and I've heard that that term trust, right? You should trust And I think, yeah, I do believe you should trust your person, but I also believe not putting yourself in situations that's gonna, not only to be tempted, but to hurt you, right? Or put yourself in a situation where something can happen that's gonna be bad for you. So I think, I really believe that if you truly in love with your man, you love your man, you have a great relationship. The only thing I won't have a problem with women going out having fun. It will depend on the quality of friends that she's with and what they're doing, because you can have fun as a woman, but you don't need to go to the club to have fun. You don't know to go to a place where there's a lot of alcohol, a lot of men. Like you can go to a nice place, nice resort with your friends, go to a casino. But why do you? For me, I would question like, why do you always want to go to a place where there are other men out there and there's a lot of alcohol involved? And like you can still have fun as a woman. If you need to get together with your friends and just go out at a nice restaurant, at a nice place, I'll pay for everything. That's fine, right? Yeah.
How much big? Okay, baby, where you want me to go?
Right.
Where we going?
Exactly.
Set it up.
But for the men's eyes, is we're in a relationship, we're in a marriage, but you go into a place where there's a lot of men around, and they're gonna pursue you. They're gonna give you, especially if you're very attractive. Why are you putting yourself in that situation, right? So we just question that ability, and also I think if the woman really cares about you and you're that man, you're that ideal man, I think most women who don't want to go to a club without their man. I think if she says that I don't want to be with my man, I would argue that you're not really that dude.
Yeah, you don't really like him.
You don't really like him. You don't really like him.
Like for example, though, like for instance, like yesterday I went out with her. We did like a brave thing. Okay, and babe, tell me the story. And you made it. The point you were making was literally what my husband was saying to me in a different way. Like before I left the house, just the security and like I'm not gonna be around you and like like the freakouts of just like not being there and wanting to protect his woman and things, even though I'm gonna be with her guy and like he ain't no bitch. So I'm just like I'm not gonna be out there like not protected, but I think it's like men are gonna be in their heads about that. And then on top of it, it's like you got girls going out and just the men hitting on them and and I'm sure my husband, of course, in his own head, like wonders, like, right, does she need the attention? Is she seeking that?
That's what men think.
No, like, and honestly, like to answer the question, like, depending on like for me, how long it's been since I've been out, it is a little bit of both, because it's like I'm gonna go out with my friends. Any woman, like you do like to be looked at. We do like to have a little attention, whether it's from women or other men, just like right. But it's like, do I want to be flirted with or like touch or hit on? Like no, like, but I want to be admired, like a porcelain doll.
But you can't have
like
a Mona Lisa. Treat me like a Mona Lisa.
But don't you find that delusional? Right? I just want to go to the club, but I don't want men to approach me and talk to me. When you know it's gonna happen.
It's
not
bad
really.
As it sounds.
When I go to the club, I go straight to the table and I don't leave. I sit there the whole night. And I'll talk to whoever's sitting next to me, my friends.
So you have a private table.
Always. I don't even go out.
Oh, so that's different. Because you have.
I don't ever go out to
looking anyway, so it's like you're there, you're already like
I'm not with Gen Pop.
Public population, general population.
Usually my homies will have someone watching me, walk me to the bathroom, walk me back.
If you didn't have that, for a fact.
I want to go.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna stand there and just be fresh meat. Like,
but if you have like a kid, like in my stance, right, like where it's like, so he was invited. It wasn't like my man's not included. It's like I was trying to even go. Babysitter cancels, last minute. It happens, and so it becomes a sense where it's like, well, we're both not going to sit at home. One of us is going to go out, and usually it ends up being the person who was invited. So in my case, if it's my husband who got invited by one of our guy friends, he's going to go. Or in this case, I was invited by her, so I'm going to go. But that does raise questions. It does raise. It brings about arguments. Like even when it's right, you can trust each other. But it's like at the end of the day, no one wants to be left at home. No one wants to be, I got the kid duty and I can't go out.
I think at the end of the day,
you don't want me to go out, plan a date night.
But that's what I'm saying.
And then also,
I think if you with your ideal man and he's doing it, he's appreciating you, and of course you guys are doing things to make the relationship work, having fun, dating. You guys gonna go on date nights. If you're doing all those things, I don't think women will feel the need to go out to the club, to a bar, if your man's doing all those things.
Not. Yeah, of course.
And I think that's why for guys is I think if the woman's going out, then clearly there's something's going on in the relationship. But also it is a red flag. Like if you're going out there, I think for a lot of guys is you don't really like me like that, or the other one is you don't respect him, because if you respect the man, you will actually appreciate what his boundaries. But women who say, you know what, I'm gonna go out anyway, and you're in a relationship, I would argue that you don't respect him like that.
Well, if it's my once a month girls,
I want to respond,
and you're gonna try to pull the you don't
I want to
respect
respond to some shit on that chat box. I'm sure Angela will entertain if she meets her 6'2" dream man while we're going out in a club. If you were truly listening, you would have heard that I said I don't look for relationships in the club at all. Why am I in the club at 42? Because the owners invite me.
Yeah.
Like she said, people who are older are
and
in
she
the
get a
nightlife.
private
You think
table.
these
She
GMs
get a
are
private
25
table.
years
Yeah.
old?
People that
And
own
she in
I
the-
was like, how do you think these guys are that own these places?
She's in the she's not in the general population. She got a private table with a bottle.
Always. I don't even wait in line. Like tonight.
Bottle service.
That's what I'm
Ain't
saying.
nobody standing in line.
Ain't nobody standing in line. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody
This
out
is
there like that.
This is regular life for me.
Yeah, this is regular lifestyle. And then on top of that, you know, I think for some women, if they had a man, and then like, you know, like for me, for instance, if I did have a man, and like my friend invited me out somewhere, it's like a special occasion, I'm like, hey, my man, I'm gonna go out, but let me go out, go kick it with my girls. I'm gonna get a little tipsy, make sure you're up, because I'm gonna come through. Simple as that.
Just include them in some way the night, right? When we go to dinner and then go to the club with my girls.
Yeah, you know, let's go to dinner and then go to the club, or I'm gonna be texting throughout the night because I'm off this
Owners,
Casamigos.
right.
I'm off this Don
Bartenders.
Julio. You know, I'm off this Don Julio, so I'm gonna be texting you tonight. So make sure you're at.
I think- Yeah. With my experience talking to guys, the masculine men, the traditional men that you guys want, when I talk to these guys, you know, they don't really negotiate when it comes to this. It's either you follow it and you don't follow it. And I think that's
guys' night, right?
Yeah.
No.
I would hope you want to hang out with your girlfriends. I would hope
No,
you
but
don't
no.
revolve your whole life around.
No. I think the men who are taking accountability, true responsibility, they're not going to ask you to do something if they're not setting the example as a leader. So if you, I don't agree with men saying I don't want you to go to the club, but I can go to the club with my boys.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Yes. Yeah.
I think as part of being a man, being a leader, you set the example for the woman to follow. So everything that I'm going to ask her to do, I have to set that example. So, but the guys I'm talking about like that most women will want, they're not even going to entertain like, maybe you text me through the night or give me an update. They're just going to communicate to you effectively. Look, I just don't want you to go to the club. If that's something that you don't have a problem with, then let me know right now. I'll keep it moving, because they just understand it brings a lot of problems to the relationship. And I think the notion is like, why do we have to go to the club to have fun, enjoy? Like there's other things you can do, especially if the man can provide it and financially.
Yeah.
If you need to go to get a getaway weekend with your friends. But I also would question this, and I think this is going to trigger a lot of women on watching this live right now. I would also question, if you want to go out, I will have to look at your selection of friends, because my biggest problem is, I think you said that also you are who the 5 closest people you spend your time with. I think it's a red flag if you're a married woman and you want to go out and all your friends are single or they're promiscuous. All right, so if all your friends are promiscuous and they're single and you want to go out with them, I think they're going to influence you to do certain things that's not going to be beneficial for the marriage.
Depends on the girl.
It depends on how strong-willed you are.
No, just for me is, if you're married, I prefer my woman to go out with other married women, because with good relationships, with good husbands. I think I've seen this before where I've seen this before where women who are in a relationship and they go with friends who are single and promiscuous, and they convince her to do something that goes outside the relationship because she's around that circle. I think if you are going to be in a relationship, I think you should surround yourself with women who are in healthy, strong relationships. But I think if you are with single women who have bad past with past men, who have I don't need a man, all men are shit, all men are trash. Those women who gotta give you they're gonna transfer their bad expectations of what men are to you, and you spend a lot of time around them. Eventually, you're gonna catch yourself with those women.
Having those thoughts.
Yeah.
For sure.
They would try to sabotage your relationship. I've seen women do that.
I've seen it too.
Well,
Like
that's not your friend.
they don't want you to be happy.
They don't want you to be happy. Well,
So
obviously,
they
that's
want
not
you
your
to-
friend.
If she's miserable
Yeah.
and she see you having a good relationship and you one time you have a bad argument, it's like, oh, yeah, you have to be very careful. Like,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's not your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, but if you met your ideal man and he's actually taking care of you. You got, if you want, and you had those boundaries, you know what? Please select a good circle of friends who are in good marriage relationships. If you want to go out, no more. I'll pay for it. I'll take care of it. Just don't go. Don't go to a bar. Don't go to a club.
So what if it's your girl's birthday and that's where she chose to go? You kind of have to go there.
To the bar, to the club.
Well, if she shows like, oh, hey, I'm having my birthday at this lounge or this club, and like you're just one of so many guests, you can't say no. Like, I'm not allowed to go there, so I can't go. Like,
well, is it a private? No, is it a private? Is the event held there with only a private party for only the people that's going there, or is it event?
That's kind of controlling. This sounds controlling. This sounds like a man trying to control my life. Because if my friend's having a birthday party at the club and I don't ever go to the club, and I'm like, hey man, listen, I'm gonna go out over here to so and so's birthday party. You want to join me? If not, all right, you gonna chill at home? All right, well, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna make an appearance. Go give my girl a gift. I'm gonna have a drink with my girl, buy her a shot, and I'm gonna bring my ass home. You trust me, right? Simple as that. There's no like, oh, you gotta stay home
it being every weekend.
And every weekend. Who the fuck goes out to the club every weekend? What bitch in their fucking 30s and up go to the fucking club every week? I'm not 23. Even if I'm 20, I'm tired. I work Monday through Friday. I wake up at 5 o'clock every day, 4:20 on good days, depending on what I gotta do before I gotta go to work. And then I work until fucking 6 o'clock. Nigga, I get home at 6 o'clock. The last thing I want to do on a Friday night is to get ready to go to the club. I'm tired. Let me take a shower, put my pajamas on, and sit on the couch. You want to join me? Okay, once a month, or like not even once a month. Okay, it's my best friend's birthday. I'm gonna go out.
And remember, when we're having this conversation, right, we're talking about your ideal man. Like, we're not talking about just some average guy. So what I'm saying is, if you're with your ideal man, and this is one of his boundaries, is like, you know what, I just don't want you to go to the club. I don't want you to go to a place where there's a lot of men, a lot of alcohol involved. Everything else.
Me and my ideal man.
This is your ideal man.
You know, obviously you're not trusting me. Yeah, you're not.
In that regard, you're not my
No,
ideal
he's not saying no.
Go with me? You want to give
No,
me
he's
a
not
ride
telling
and
you.
drop me
He's
off?
not telling you that you can't have fun. He's saying is, I don't want you to go to clubs and bars. You can have fun. I can pay for you to go on vacation to somewhere, but don't be a place where there's a lot of men involved, there's a lot of alcohol involved, like a club.
What about concerts, festivals?
Yeah, that's fine. Concerts,
Okay, but how is a concert different from the club? There's still loud music. There's still a lot of men. There's still a lot of alcohol. So I can't. Don't go to the club, but you can go to EDC.
Yeah, it all
What
depends.
up, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Doesn't make
personally, me,
super
I'm gonna go to a music
contradicting.
festival. I love festivals. Lesbian club.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's not the
Yeah.
no. I mean, look,
so where does the line? I guess like where's the
And you-
line at for entertainment?
Yeah,
Where-
like, there's
where
no
can I go hear
trust.
some music?
And
Is
you
it
would-
not the
Yeah.
DJ? Is it not?
I'm gonna say this: anywhere where there's men involved, they're always gonna try to call at you. It could be
Yeah,
at
of course,
work,
but then
it could
it's
be
up
at a
to the
club,
woman.
it could be a grocery store.
Dude,
That's
I
what I'm saying.
I literally, I'm at work.
But that's what I'm saying.
At church, yes, at church, I can literally go to work
But
and get hollered
but
at.
there's
I'm not
different
even
levels. There's
trying.
different levels. When we talk about a club, right? Men are going there specifically to get laid.
And then it's up to the woman.
Specifically, right?
to
If you
define it
if you
or
go
entertain
if you
it.
go
Women aren't going there to get laid.
no,
too.
exactly. That's why it's a big risk.
Groups, there's not everybody.
But if we talk about music festival, always
that's a mixed pot.
Yeah, that's a mixed pot, right? But there are
Yeah.
people going out there for music, but we can all agree 99% of people going to a club are looking to get laid, men and women.
Last time I
For
went to the
men,
club,
For
I think
men.
you're speaking in terms of for men. I would probably say even if they are taken, like sometimes it's like they're probably still gonna like, even if it's not a girl from the club, they might get a little stretch on the side at a certain point anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like I think what it is men going out in general.
It's more-
we
I
look
think
at
it's
the club.
weird, yeah,
Men
yeah.
can go to the bar, they're trying to fuck.
Yeah,
Men will go to the
everywhere.
fucking
They're
grocery store,
like, they trying to fuck.
Men will
They go to
walk down
Starbucks
the
and try to
street, they
fuck.
tryna
Yeah,
fuck.
nigga picking
At
up
the
their
end of the day,
kids
men wanna
at the
fuck
car pickup line at
regardless.
school,
In
and they
the
want to
nightclub,
fuck.
Yes, it elevates.
It doesn't even
right?
care.
You-
It doesn't even matter.
Can we-
It's in your head. I'm probably gonna nail a girl because it's gonna be easier here.
Can we
Yeah.
can we
So I
can
think
we
That's what they think.
can we
Yeah, that's what they
can we
think.
all agree that out of all the places that people go to, the club is probably the place where most men are going for the only intention to have sex,
Okay,
And then you
yes.
see those
I'll give that to
men-
you, Yes.
right?
Yes.
The club.
Yeah,
Out of all the
it's the
places we go
club.
to, right?
It's
Church,
the club,
festival, music, but club's number
The
one,
club,
right?
the
If
club and the
people would
bar.
answer these surveys honestly.
Yeah,
it
the
might
club and the
actually
bar.
Yeah. So
we are
it would-
going.
so we will all agree the club is number one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, yes.
So that's why,
As
guys.
far
So
as
that's why
yes.
we have a concern. Like, why
If
would you
your
go to the
girl-
number
if your
one
girl
place?
Can't handle her liquor, she shouldn't be going out to a bar at all. You know, like
I
why
know.
go drinking if you can't really drink?
But people do that anyway. Why don't?
Yeah.
Why not just don't go at all?
That's true. That was me yesterday.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But nevertheless,
Why you drink? It's like because I did.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think if you meet your ideal man, especially the very masculine man, especially a man's gonna show that example for themselves. Like, I'm not gonna ask you to do something I'm not willing to do. I know men like that, and they're gonna talk to you, they're gonna express that. And then that's one of the things I do see with a lot of modern women is they're unwilling to compromise for a club for something that's gonna be long term in a relationship. For me, that's like it's like IG. It doesn't make sense. You care more about random dudes that are trying to have sex with you and don't want to take you seriously. But there's a guy out here ready to commit to you. But
so what if your ideal man met you at a club? Then what?
I don't think
My traditional man met me.
I don't believe that. I don't believe the ideal man. I don't.
So the ideal man couldn't be invited to his friend's birthday party at a table,
Or a
and
bachelor
then you just happen to be there too. And then
But do you want your man to have strong morals and values?
Of course, I mean, I would want.
Yeah, I would. If it's your ideal man and he has strong morals and values, I don't.
Would say I can't go to your birthday, bro.
No, he wouldn't have met you at the club.
In the club is what he's saying.
Yeah, those guys don't go to the club.
That's interesting.
Man, there's some Mormons. You know, there's some Mormons that be at the club.
That's why we come back.
There's some Mormons. There's some
but
apostolic. There's some Church of God of Christ niggas that be at the club. And then they go to church on Sunday. They be at the club Saturday trying to find a bitch to take home and then be at church on Sunday. Ain't no man that says he has morals. There ain't no real man out here that really got the morals down to the freaking moral science.
For real,
no,
let's be real, because even on Instagram,
y'all be talking.
Yeah, like just say for instance, I didn't meet him at the club or whatever. He's not at the club, but he's on Instagram looking at girls shaking their asses. They on TikTok watching all these videos on TikTok. But yeah,
but you're so traditional, right?
Exactly. But you're so traditional.
Yeah,
and then also for me as a woman, I'm not going to no damn club looking for a fucking man. Off top, and I'm not going on Instagram looking for no nigga either.
Yeah,
so you can miss me with that shit. If you're not on church, I'm just looking for a man that's at church on Tuesdays for Bible study, Saturdays for Saturday church, and Sunday I want him there for the morning service, the Bible study in the morning, and for both services, the 10 o'clock and the 11 a.m.
We can.
He ain't got no time.
He ain't got no life but God. I need a God-fearing man.
No, we can all agree that just because you have a religion doesn't necessarily mean that you have good moral character.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right? Definitely.
Because I know people today who are atheists, who don't believe in religion and they have moral character. But I would say is if the men who actually have the moral character and characteristics and the values you have, they're not going to the clubs to find their woman.
So where do you find them?
Where do you find them? Online dating?
Where are they at?
That's still no morals or no values because they're online dating.
These men who are at that level, they have really strong network and friends, and they find women in their circle of friends. So they either find it through their friendship, they recommend it, they find it at their church, they find it at the places they volunteer at, the things that in there, what they're doing in their lives. So they find those women there.
Network circle.
They don't. Exactly. All right. So I don't. Any man that says that there are liking pictures, I don't think those men have strong morals and values. But if you're looking for the men who have strong morals and values, and I know men like that, none of them they don't. Not only they don't look for their women at the club, they don't spend time at the club because they're busy working towards their purpose and taking care of their family.
I guess you meet a man like that at Home Depot, huh? I need to go to Home Depot on a Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock before I go to work. I'm gonna stop at Home Depot because I'm gonna find a man with good morals there because he got a job.
She said,
because we ain't going to no club, right?
He just texted he's not going to join me, but
he got morals. He got morals.
No, because
wait, is he watching?
He got the morals.
He got the morals. He got traditional values. It's like working right now, but he's in and out of it. But I said, hey, are you joining me after? And he goes, no. But I mean, he knows what I'm wearing. He knows where I'm going home after that. Yeah.
I think it all goes back down to trust too. It all goes back down to trusting your partner or who you with. It's like, I trust you to go out to this club and bring yourself back home to me at a decent amount of time. You're not going to be out till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Because who does that unless you're if I'm out here popping pills and snorting cocaine and doing bad stuff at that time of night. Ain't nothing but bad shit. Ratchet shit happens at that time.
Yeah, I think just because a man has money, and I think sometimes we get caught up with that with a lot of women because it's natural for you to be with successful men, but just because he has money and he has status doesn't necessarily mean he has a good moral character. But one thing I do know is what if the man has good moral character and is average or if he's successful these men are very similar of what they're looking for in a woman, and most men don't want their
But
woman in a club.
boundaries, good moral character, like all of that is subjective because what's one to one person will be totally different, like will be too much to another. You know, so I feel like you can only work with the person you're dealing with and try to see where all their measures are at. Because what's conservative for one man isn't conservative for the other. What's sexy for one isn't sexy for the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no, across the board
even with traditional values, there should be a bit of an edge.
Like a lot of people in the comments are talking about, oh, safety this, safety that. Like I can only speak from my experience. My man is turned on that I can take care of myself and protect myself. I mean, he is a protector. You see that he's a protector for sure, but he wants to know that when the time that he's not around, that I got me too. And that if we have children, I got those kids too. Because I'm not always going to have that man around me. So I think that like when we were talking about being independent, it's very different from just being a leader, in itself. Like you want a woman to be submissive, but you also, if you're building a life with her and she's raising your children, you can't be there 24/7. So you want her to be able to take care of yours when you're not there. Because you can't always be there and just have those leadership qualities and the strength, not necessarily not be like submissive to you when you're there, but when you're not there, she has to hold it down.
Yeah, I gotta hold it down.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Which is why it's funny. Like, you made a good point about that. It's like, so if a man can expect a woman to be strong and hold down the household, but yet when she wants to call out for a girls' night, it's like, oh, but you're not strong enough to handle yourself. But you can go handle our 3 kids out, like random strangers, probably kidnapping. But God forbid you take care of yourself at the club, but you don't know how.
No, I think the word strong is not the word. I think what we're looking for is responsible.
Yeah.
So for me is if I want a woman that's responsible, I don't think of a responsible woman. I think if a woman's responsible, she's gonna take care of their children. She's gonna take care of her role and her duties. But I also think I'm a woman who is responsible and has a good head to her shoulder, a very good head. I don't think those types of women will put themselves in a position that's gonna cause issues in a relationship.
Yeah.
The
respect aspect.
Yeah, it's like
if your partner is super triggered by you going to clubs all the
yeah,
time,
why would you?
Limit it.
Yeah.
Especially
That's what I'm
if
saying.
you've done nothing but just been loyal and respectful. I think what it comes down to is that most times when you see people acting out, it's because they've been disrespected at a certain point.
That's an issue in the relationship.
You don't see me at the club when you was out.
There's a breakdown in the relationship. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That's when it gets a little nitty gritty. Like
say for instance, a man came into my life and he was a provider, a protector, and he wanted me to just be, or not just be at home, but he didn't want me to go to the club. I would be more than willing to sit my ass at home because first of all, I don't even like going to the club. And if it was my friend's birthday, depending on how close we were, it actually depends on how close we are. I would just say like, hey, can I take you out to lunch tomorrow instead of going to the club? Because I really don't want to go to the club. Simple as that. It's compromising and not even sacrificing because the club ain't even that fucking serious. It's boring as hell. We'll be there next weekend, or just come with me to the club if it's really that serious. We need to go out to a club. Come with me. I'm taking my man with me to the club to my girl's birthday.
Yeah,
it's not even a big deal. But if my man didn't want me to go, I'm like, I totally get it. I'm gonna stay my ass home. It's cold. It's like it's fall and winter's coming. I don't want to get dressed to go no damn club. Winter is
Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna sit at home. Winter's coming.
We got our slippers on.
Yeah, we got our slippers. I'm cozy. I want to stay cozy. Cozy up, caked up with a nigga on the couch.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You ain't gonna catch me at no club. Yeah, boot up. A big boy. I want a big boy for the winter.
Okay, Khaleesi. Okay.
She want a
Game of Thrones. Big boy. Give me a Game of Thrones.
You got the comments for her.
Yeah.
I mean, and also you don't want to meet your man at the club.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no.
Okay, but
No, I'm saying there's always exceptions.
Ideal,
there's always exceptions for everything.
We weren't finding it. I was having a bad night. I talked to Shoji out of my way. And I was like, oh wow, you're cute.
That's what I'm saying.
But then it was like, but he's not a club goer. So I think it was like
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it was like that just settled the way that it did. I think if it was like all the time in the club, like it wouldn't have gone as far.
That's like me meeting my wife at the strip club and encouraging, hey, I met my wife at the strip club. Everybody go to the strip club.
And telling her to stop being a stripper. I don't want you to strip anymore. Well, that's how I make my money. That's where you met me. I don't want you in the club.
I had a couple of friends that were dating people that were employed at the clubs, like promoters and stuff. at first it was fun, everyone was having a great time, but over time, when the women wanted to settle down, the guy wasn't ready to give up his job or his career and find a new career path. So that was the downfall of like several relationships that I saw. It's also hard to date someone that works there.
Yeah, because they're around women all the time.
That nightlife industry,
it's totally weird.
Whether
like,
you're a bartender or a bottle service girl,
It's hard. It's hard.
you gonna
It's hard.
have it,
Yeah, it's
All
totally
it takes is Drake coming into the club.
Mind owning a club.
Drake will come in and slap the guy upside the head.
looking down. It's a whole
Right.
club experience. Yeah, I could
Okay.
never,
All right. So we got one more video, and then we'll close the night off. And this one I think is interesting for everybody. And thank you so much for you guys watching the entire live stream. But
They were saucy today.
They just going for the club. Y'all the club. Y'all trying to go to the strip club.
Is there a strip club out here in Frisco?
I
think it's a big red flag. I'll tell you what's a bigger red flag than that, still being friends with your ex. I can't tell you how many girls I've dated that the entire relationship, they go, I can't block him, like we're still friends. And I'm like, look, you can read our text message. I go, this motherfucker is still flirting. I can't block him. Like it would create like a weird energy. We're in the same friend groups and stuff. The moment we break up, I'm blocked. So it was that easy the whole time.
okay, so
Yeah, he hurt. You could tell he was
kind of
hurt.
giving me like,
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, like
Stage
you
5
okay?
clinger.
What do you got-
You okay? You didn't go to therapy.
what do you guys
Talk to someone?
what do you guys think about being friends with your ex?
Circumstantial.
yes, very circumstantial.
Oh.
For sure.
There's an ex that was like became a part of the family. Like if me and my ex dated, where he's my children's father.
No, so let's take out the baby daddies, the
Okay.
baby mother, because I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that because you guys have a kid together. I'm talking about single, no kids.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so either.
Hell no. For
Yeah.
what reason? We have no attachment. We have
already
no.
broke up.
Yeah, we already broke
We
up.
already ended that
You know.
chapter.
Yeah,
Like,
I
there's
mean,
no need to.
acquaintances,
Yeah.
fine. If I see you, I'll say hello.
Yeah, I'll say
How's your
hello.
day?
It's not gonna be bitter.
But I'm not
Yeah.
inviting you to our
Yeah,
Sunday barbecue.
Yeah, like you're not coming over for Thanksgiving because
Yeah.
my new nigga there. And
No.
on top of that, just think about your new relationship. Like, why would you still be friends with your ex?
Okay, so it's a red flag
Yeah,
for all
it's a
you
red
guys.
flag.
Yeah,
definitely.
even if it ended on good terms.
Even if
for
you get
sure,
on,
yes,
like,
that,
like just wish
No,
them
if
well.
you were
Wish
like-
them well.
If you were to like wish someone like a happy birthday and it didn't end on bad terms, like I wouldn't be like,
No.
oh.
I think
But-
Hell no.
I think at a certain point you have to stop communication because
At
I'm
all.
gonna move on with
Zero.
my life.
But I
There's no
think
need to
I
keep
used
that
to
door
Facebook-
open.
use their Facebook friends, and it's like, man.
I would delete him off of Facebook and block him, and I would expect
Who
my,
here
my,
would
my
still be
partner to do
friends
that.
with their ex?
If
Like,
I was single,
I have social
Single,
media.
yeah,
of
single.
friends.
No,
Yeah, single.
you're going into a relationship, a new relationship, but you're gonna still be you're still gonna be friends with your ex.
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no.
That's
You?
gonna taint. Yeah.
You'll still be
that's
friends?
gonna taint the new
I've never
relationship.
done it.
Oh.
I've never been friends with my ex. That
Yeah.
it was a long time ago we had exes.
Yeah.
But I feel like today I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Silence.
Yeah, to each their own.
I
To each
mean
their
that-
own. To each their own.
Yeah,
The
I
longevity
mean that.
too.
That's what you.
I mean in the way of like, you hear the word compersion?
No.
No.
It means being like genuinely happy for seeing people in love, even though you were with them or want to be with them, they don't want to be with you. Like,
Yeah.
it's really
Like wishing them the
hard
best,
to
yeah.
do. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Don't-
It is what
Wishing
it
them the
is.
best.
Don't you think
Yeah.
you can still wish the best and love for him, but
From
not,
afar.
but
From
no,
afar.
but no contact
I
with
ain't
them?
gonna hit you up though. Be like, how you been?
Or like be one of those girls that y'all broke up,
Yeah.
y'all, but you still go look at his Instagram page or you still go look at his Facebook. I mean, I don't do that.
Yeah, that's the situation
I'm joking. I do
that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
is-
because I want to see if you're happy or not,
Goodbye.
and if you're
We're
not
done.
happy, I want to laugh.
But I don't know.
I do that.
Like I said, like we were talking about working with people and like choosing people in your life to deal with. Like, yeah, I dealt with you. We're not cool like that. I'm not trying to be like that with you anymore. But I mean, you're in my life. We had this long version with each other. I haven't had that. But like, it would be a reason to keep them in my life is because if they didn't give me a reason for them not to.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you guys aren't together.
What
know.
if they're
so-
still friends with your relatives? Your ex is still like you guys were together for years and years.
I
and
tell my
years.
relatives
Yeah.
to cut them off.
Even the childhood
Cut them
friends,
off.
I was like, we
I'm
grew
still
up
friends.
together. We dated a little bit.
Well, I think
it
being in a
didn't work out,
relationship will
but,
taint
like,
that.
I know it's still
Will
upset,
taint that.
Right? What do you say to that?
Taint that.
I mean, you would have to communicate to him to not come close to your family, your friends. You guys are done. So don't come around my family.
My mom and
Yeah, leave my mom alone.
I don't want him to be friends with any of the ex-women.
Hell no.
That's true. I don't
Hell
care. I
no.
don't want to hear no excuses why.
Like, well, this is why, because we had a dog together.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a goddamn. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah, y'all had a fucking dog. Y'all still talking because of the dog?
Oh, you fucking because of the dog.
Yeah, and it's like literally, yeah.
Have you guys?
I don't give a fuck about
Have you
high
guys?
school sweetheart
Have you guys
either.
ever did it? Have you guys ever were friends with your ex before, and then you guys got back together?
Yes.
Yes.
I've definitely done that before, prior to getting married, and like it reminded me of like what you said, like I'm gonna be friends with somebody first. That was always kind of like my dynamic with dating, with the exception of my husband because it moves so fast. But any other guy I've been with, it's like we were always friends first, like heavily, and then it's like okay, then we start dating, and it's just always been like that for me. But with some relationships, they end so bad, right? It's like, oh, fuck, I can't even talk to you. But then there are ones that like it's. For instance, there's one where it didn't even end that bad, like, but I don't talk to him. But like my husband did meet him before I even left town because like we would still kick it every now and then, the guy and I. But like, were we fucking like that? No. And it's interesting.
Like that?
Like, no, sorry. Were we fucking or anything like that? Like, no, it was never beneficial. Like,
That's
it was
wicked.
like every now and then we'd meet up, smoke sessions, like with groups of people.
Yeah.
So it's like if I saw this ex, it was in group settings, never like
Cordial.
we meet. No,
Cordial,
like,
yeah,
it's
text
'cause we
him on
had
the side.
Smoking in common, and we had the same group of people, and that was in Vegas. So, and at that time, like he met him even before I left town, and it was just normal. And I don't talk to the guy. I haven't said shit to him, like.
Yeah.
But you know, everything is different. It's circumstantial. Like you know, like it's just like that. Like,
Yeah.
but he's the only person that it. You know.
Yeah. I think I mean personally, being friends with your ex is meaningless and pointless. Because why would you still communicate with someone who you're not with? It's like, okay, it's like you're a horrible lover but a good friend for the most part, like you're a horrible lover.
Sometimes it kind of really is like that.
No, we're not. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck out my face.
It's like, yo, we were better off like actually not.
Like, yeah, we should have never fucked. Well, okay, we fucked. Now we're over and done with.
You can, like, I guess,
leave me alone.
Friends, but it's like, right? It's like it's surface level. It's like, oh, Facebook. You see their, their posts about their fucking kid and their new wife.
Like, you got this.
But it's never like I miss like. It's just I'm friends with you on Facebook, but it's like, am I hitting them up?
So not not a real. I think even on social media.
And it's only like 3. Like everybody else has been.
I think
there's only those. And even then, I don't feel anything, and I like
I think it's my son says, "Why would you want to go play with the trash?"
Yeah, literally, you took the trash out. Why go digging it? It's like, okay, we were together. Now we're not together. There's no need to have communication unless we're even trying to work something out or build something again. But if I go on to another relationship, most definitely I'm deleting every fucking number that I ever had of an ex, or even blocking them on. And hell yeah, I do. I delete pictures. I delete like everything. Yeah. I mean, it's part of the life, but there's no need to hold on because it's a part of the life that didn't work out. So why dwell on the past and why bring that? Yeah, you learn from it, but why bring that into your new relationship? Like, I wouldn't hate to have to explain to my new man who this guy is that's hearting my picture that I just posted.
Oh, he hearting shit.
Yeah, I would hate that.
If it's
like
old picture of him, like my old dude from like 6 years ago. It's like,
or it's like even having old pictures on Instagram.
Would you guys like your man
to
to have pictures of his old girlfriends on his
Hell
phone?
fucking not. Like, take that bitch off that shit.
It was because he was in a really long-term relationship with the person before. And I've just dated different people. Like, I've never been that kind of girl to be like, I hide my guy from my social media until it's like, I would always be like, I'm posting who I'm with. And so, like, you go to my account, you have to fucking scroll because at this point, we've been married for so long. But it's like, you'll see, like, oh, the picture got, but it's never like, I'm not hugging on them. It's like a kissing picture.
It's all friendly.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, here I was on this mountaintop and like, there's an ex.
Like
good picture stuff. I'm not going to fucking delete it because he's in it. Like,
or crop them out.
My man asked today to see a picture of my ex. Showed it to
sometimes
him.
I just want to see. Guys want to
Sometimes-
fucking
yeah,
see. It's
sometimes
like,
just guys
the
wanna
men
see
you've
who
been
you
with,
should
they've
fuck
been always
with.
like this.
Wait, he asked you?
want to see who you used to fuck with.
Yeah, no,
before
because
then.
I mean, we
Like,
talk
yeah, he
about
taller
it.
than me?
We talk, it's a fairly new relationship.
Type.
He
We
taller.
always
We talk about like, oh, like stories, and he's like, he goes, you got a picture of him? I said, yeah. So I was like looking for one that wasn't kissing or anything like that, and I just saw one like we were at a tequila event and. It was PG-13, so I showed it to him. He's like zooming in on his face and stuff, and I'm like,
guys really be
I
like
looked
that.
at him. I was like, "What are you doing?" He goes, That's it. And I was like, okay.
Like you wanted it, don't get
I'm
hurt
like,
now.
are you- And I'm like, why are you gonna wait to see if you see him in any of my social media posts where I go places, or like, I'm like, why do you think so paranoid like that? Or
Like,
if you ever see him, you're gonna like sear his image into your brain, and if you ever see him,
I think men are like that though. It's like they just want to know in case I see him in
But he
person.
also, he's like, hey, you want to see? We were just talking about like life stories, and he goes,
I don't
you
know.
want to see my ex-girlfriend from high school, right? I said, sure. She lives out of state. Like, I mean, it's been 20 years, right? So then he showed me her profile and stuff, and I was like, oh, she's cute.
Like, this is her? This is who
Oh,
you
no.
still
They're still
with?
Instagram
Shit.
friends, but you know, when I was just like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I-
okay.
This
That's
is just
her?
my
He
personal.
asked you though if you wanted to see him.
Yeah, like, why are you thinking about her? Are you thinking about her?
No,
Yeah.
because we were talking about her.
Oh, okay, that's different. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say
No, we were talking about a story. And he's like, I was with my high school girl. I was in a relationship in high school for 3 years. I said, 3 years is pretty long for high school. He's like, yeah, we're still friends on Instagram.
Oh,
You
that's
want to see what
cute.
she looks like? And I was like, yeah.
Innocent,
Okay,
little
and I feel
innocent
that.
love.
Isn't that first love? It's like your
Yeah,
first
yeah,
love.
little innocent way.
We've all got him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she has 5
5
kids
states
by 4
away
different
with
men now.
kids
Look
married.
at her.
My first love.
Yeah, that's your bitch you used to fuck with. Oh, damn, you
Right?
like that with me, huh?
Yeah, I think for people who are still friends with their ex, I think there's a part of them that's still attached to that person, a part of them. Because I think when you are still friends with your ex and you're going into a relationship, I think it's like leaving the door half open.
Yeah.
Because
is
if
true.
you're
That
complete
is
if
true.
you're completely done with your ex and you're done with them, you don't even want to look back.
Act like it never existed.
Right, so because you're ready to move on and to move forward. But I think those people who say, I still want to be friends with the ex, I think subconsciously deep within them, there's still a part of them inside that still wishes to go back with their ex. Because once you're done with somebody, you don't want to be with that person anymore. You can still wish happiness for them. You can say, look, I wish you the best, I wish you the happiness, but I don't want you to part of my life because it didn't work out. I'm looking for somebody new, especially if it's somebody that you want to be with, right? And it's especially if it's your ideal man. But if it's not your ideal man, it's not the type of person that you would want to attract it to or you like, then the ex thing would be a problem.
Yeah, there's a difference between being friends and just being acquainted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
If I see
yeah.
you around because we have mutual friends, fine.
of course
but
I'm gonna say
we're
hi.
not going to be texting each other or anything crazy.
That's
like that.
crossing the line. That's crossing
Yeah.
the line.
No.
That's disrespecting your new relationship off top. I
Yeah.
would never.
Or
never.
like my ex that I showed the picture of, he was trying to keep I saw it. I was like, you're just trying to keep one foot in the door, you know, like, so I'm like, no, I unfollowed him, but he still follows me.
Yeah. I know. So I know it's
a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So why even?
I just think it's I mean, for me, it's just a big no. I don't want to keep that door open or any possibility or him to see into my new life or to judge how happy I am or even send me a message like telling me I don't look that happy or something, you know, like, or any drama or anything like that. Or even, you know, for my man to make him feel any type of way, because I wouldn't want that at all. Like, I don't want your ex-girlfriend to see me and try to judge me and be on some stupid bullshit or whatever, you know?
Can I ask you a question, Lorna?
Yeah.
I know you said that you're okay with being friends with your ex.
I think I would, yeah.
I think you would. Do you think a part of you inside that still wants to get back with them? A part of you, like a small part of you?
No.
Not at all?
You're punching the air right now.
Nothing?
No.
No?
I haven't had an ex in a long time.
Yeah.
But like,
If your ex came back and totally improved on who he was before and really broke it down, like, I really want to get back together.
no.
No chance at all.
No.
Did that pass, huh?
Yeah.
It was really fast.
Interesting.
Exactly. But like, yeah.
Oh.
What about you?
Yeah, what about you?
Oh, my ex is done.
Oh, not a single one. He said,
Damn, no
clean
Instagram.
it up.
But what if it was like,
Done. I still wish them the best.
Yeah, of course.
I still wish them the best.
So
I
like
don't.
not even like so no social media friends.
Oh,
any
no.
exes?
No.
Do you go for like the unfriend or like the block? Like how hard?
No,
is it
so-
for you? He said
follow you, but then
No, I'll unfriend.
unfriend. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do the
You
block
go that
thing.
extreme.
well, I would do that for people who did not treat me correctly.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But like, for like someone that just didn't work out, or like
That's
they
what
just
I'm
didn't,
saying, like why
you know, like it's just life,
I mean, why are you
and there's no reason.
It's social
Why are you-
media
why are
friends.
you
It's
friends with them?
like
Even on social media, why would you want them to see into your new life?
Because I'm doing great.
if you broke up amicably, it's like I don't know. There's like you said, like there really is a maybe it's the type of people where it's like I can literally move on and see somebody being happy and doing good and like I'm chilling because it's like I was not happy with you. I'm very fully aware of my feelings, like and I didn't put it in and it's like I literally broke it up at the same time.
And because I'm so comfortable being friends with people first, I'm comfortable saying those.
That's what it is. Yeah,
like
we were friends first,
and so like that's why I haven't had an ex in so long because it's been so long for me to meet someone who like.
You go through the
I
stages.
can like for where I'm being honest and they're just like okay no, or I'm just like okay no.
Yeah.
So for you, if it even gets that deep,
If it even gets there,
and that's how I am. It's like at that point, it's like I'm the same way. It's like my relationships are always very important to me. So it's like if I'm talking about me, it's like there's a whole reason behind it. Like you're not just another boyfriend or like,
exactly, and
you've
so
always been more. But at the same time, it's like, if we break up or we lose each other or, you know, if it's amicable or not, it's like, I'm gonna hold a space of like, I have love for people, but like, I don't have to talk to you.
Exactly.
Right?
And I don't have a lot of male friends. Like, I don't have a lot of people where I can just talk to. And so when I approach it in that friendship way, I feel like I'm able to actually step back and like look at my patterns of how I'm being attached and what is making me, what do I like about them? What do I like about myself? Yeah.
Are they making me better?
And also
exactly. Maybe not in the situation of us being together.
It's back
but
to being a horrible lover and a great friend.
you don't want male friends.
You don't want male friends.
There's no such thing as male friends.
Really? They're always trying to fuck.
At one point,
like I can't just kick with you and smoke.
But here's the thing, though, like, it can eventually get to that point. I feel like, for instance, like I have a high school friend where it's like I know at a certain point he was probably, if I would have been like, oh yeah, he would have done it, but like he was never adamant about it. I know that you still appreciate our friendship at the end of the day. Fast forward, now we're both married, we have kids. Every now and then he'll text me like, "Hey, hope you're doing well," and like vice versa. And like,
if I was his wife, I would be pissed.
And it's like, but it's not like that. Like our moms are friends, like, but at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, at high school, he probably would have tried, but like now we're just such adults.
Yeah.
It's like that part is like, to me it has, like, I don't give a fuck if it hasn't for him, but it's just like, for me, it's like, that's what relationship is.
Yeah.
And like, so it's like, whether in the back of his head, if
I
it's
still
like
have a
that,
chance, yeah.
it's like,
Do you believe in male friends, Angela?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I cut off more female friends than my male friends. My male friends have been solid. The only way it works is because I'm not their type and they're not mine. Like my straight guy friends that are like my top 5 guy best friends, I'm totally not their type.
Okay.
You know, so it's more like a sister vibe.
Okay.
And you know, you need
you
need advice from the opposite sex, unbiased advice that like you can tell when someone's trying to sleep with you. So I have gay guy friends, bi guy friends, and straight guy friends, and I'm not any of their type.
The straight guy friends, are they married or in relationships?
I'm friends with their girlfriends.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I've seen them through different relationships.
Okay.
But I know I'm not their type. Like they, you know, demographically, like they like a certain, I do not fit. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why it works. But I do get some slack whenever we go out and they're introducing me to a new girlfriend. They're wondering like, oh, why are we so close? Because they're not used to that type of dynamic. But I reassure them like it's not like that at all.
You ain't got to worry about me.
I try to be inclusive of the new girl, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. We just make them comfortable. Just like
that's nice. That's really nice. That's really nice because not a lot of females are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your definition of friend. I think my definition of friend is
my guy friends are
talking to a guy every single day. If you're talking to a guy every single day. I mean, so I have
more of acquaintances.
Yeah, because I have female friends, but we don't talk every single day. We don't talk every single day.
to anyone every single day.
Yeah. But don't you see on social media? Oh, that's my guy best friend.
That's your kids alive.
Yeah. That's the guy that wants to have sex with you.
And then thinking of it like this,
Yeah, that's it's friend
And then
zone.
thinking of like this, you're having, like me now, I'm like single and like, actually I want a guy friend I can hang out with and stuff and chill with, like we're just friends.
Yeah.
But if I was to meet, still having that guy friend and I was to meet another man, I think I would probably cut off that guy friend because I don't think I can go into a relationship having like a guy friend because some guys are just really like, oh, if we're not gonna, like friends, we're gonna fuck too or some shit like that. Or eventually that's when we're building this friendship too. But like, no, I'm just trying to be strictly friends. So like if I get into a relationship, I might have to cut
I'm
you
about
off
to
because
ask
you might
you.
feel
Okay.
some type of way because I'm
Yeah.
in a relationship, jealousy on that male friend's part, you know.
I think my guy friends should like having me with them when we go out because they tend to get more attention from females when I'm
That
with them.
part, yup.
You know what that's called? It's called pre-selection.
Well, they're like, hey, girl, like you see an attractive woman, like, hey, everyone wants to talk to you, everyone wants to be your friend.
It's a-
girls bring other girls or attract other females.
That's
So-
why men like women at their tables. And
No, it's
it's
a-
like you're gonna attract more women to think that I'm a I'm a catch or
Because if
like,
women
you
are
guys still
if
friends.
women are around you, that means all the other women knows that you guys already qualified him because that's why you're with him.
Right.
So
So I don't mind being a good wing woman for
Yeah.
my guy friends.
Yeah.
You know,
I love it too.
Like I'll tell them like, oh no, that one's an
not that
opportunist. That one can't handle her liquor.
I saw her on
That
the
one's
corner
a
over there.
slut.
She just want a free meal. That one she wants to
Tell
eat
you
for
about
free.
this one over
Yeah.
here. And vice versa. Like it really is cool to have a guy friend where you start dating somebody new and you tell them like, oh, this guy did this and this and that, and they'll be like, oh no, he's playing.
When I-
It's like you need that like unsolicited,
Little
like straight
guy
up man advice where it's like, no.
When I start dating someone new, it is important before you even meet my family members, you have to go through my friends. So I introduce them to my female friends, my guy friends, and see like, and then we would discuss like, what's your take on it? You know, did you like his vibe? Did you notice anything? So it's good to see other people's perspectives about your meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
True that.
All right. Facts.
Yeah.
But
Hey, look at the comments.
all right. Nevertheless, I see all you guys in the live chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for watching and being on the entire stream for tonight. But we've come to the end. Shout out to everybody on the live chat. And you guys have been active the entire time. Thank you so much.
209 in this bitch. 209 in this bitch.
You can
never
Yeah.
stand up.
Rose, you had some great comments too.
So shout out to all you guys.
Rose is a real one.
okay,
Where's
Rose.
Rose at? Can we get Rose
We
on
need
the
Rose
on the
is
panel?
on feature.
Rose, yeah, I think we need to add another chair. I think.
No, Rose is a good friend of mine. She's been on the podcast before. So
Yeah, she has a
shout
lot
out
of
to
input.
Rose.
Great input.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
input.
So thank you for everybody that's watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Brian, I see you going hard on the live chat. Brian, appreciate you guys as always. But ladies, we have come to the end. Thank you so much. We had an interesting conversation tonight with willing to compromise and give up for your ideal man. Let's go around the panel, share your final thoughts and how people can find you on the social media if you want to share social media information. All right, I'll start with you, Vanessa. Final thoughts for tonight's discussion. Thank you for making it all the way here. And
know what?
what's your final thoughts?
I really appreciate the invite to come on here. It's a great experience. My first time on a podcast, and I've been wanting to do a podcast, and I feel very blessed to have this opportunity. Great communication skills between all the ladies on here. I think we're all kind of on the same vibe when it comes to dating and men and all that stuff and compromising. You know, we're all willing to give up something or nothing at all, you know, but you know, you have to come with the same to give it up. I guess a man has to compromise too. But if you want to find me on Instagram, I'm not on there that much, but it's Vanessa Ray _209. That's VANESSARAY _209. It is private and I don't post a lot. So you do got to send me a request and I will accept it. Just let me know you see me on the podcast. And yeah, shout out to the 209 holding it down out there, all my family that's watching and my friends. Thank you for reposting tonight's podcast for me. Holding it down for the 209 in this biatch.
All right. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Angela.
I'm happy to be here. It's my second time
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Today was fun, not just because of you, but also because it was saucier this time.
Yeah.
They were saucier in the comments, saucier table. I think it was the extra strong comment today. My Instagram, you can find me at PayMamaK. That's PAYMAMAKAY, and not just money, but also respect. That's where you can find all my provocative thirst traps that I seek validation from.
All the thirst traps
you want to men want me to delete
Go ahead.
to compromise
Go
with
ahead
them.
and leave
Go
your saucy
ahead.
comments.
2 tiny baby mamas and your girlfriend.
Bye.
Mic drop.
Okay, I'm about to go to the club.
I'm about to go to the club and shake my
I'm
head.
about to go to the club with my 42-year-old ass sitting down drinking champagne.
People.
You're about to hit the private table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the private table.
The private table,
With
VIP
security-
section with
security.
security escorting to the
Security.
table with the bottle. Security.
All right.
Like, don't talk to me.
Thank you so much, Angela. I know my live chat definitely appreciates you coming a second time.
I'm the one you should come for because it ain't happening.
You gotta come for me because I didn't invite you, so you're gonna come for me.
Okay. Pew pew. Okay. I'll pass it to you, Lanika. Lanika, thank you for thank you for coming, Lanika. Lanika.
Slide into my
DMs.
DMs. Slide into my
You think it's to ask her
DMs.
questions?
BL17.
We'll see what happens.
Are you a protector and a provider?
And make $1 million? And make a meal? You make a meal?
You make that 100.
I didn't say $1 million in income. I meant assets.
Assets, retirement. You got that Kaiser Permanente healthcare plan?
We'll see.
It's called the life insurance is not when it and not if it happens, but when it happens.
When it happens. Okay.
That 1.5 million life insurance policy. Pay off your.
I'm insured for $1 million.
Yep, me too.
Good job.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Someone's like,
oh, the only beneficiary is my son.
Yeah, so. My children.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Angela. And I'll pass it to you, Lanika. Final thoughts. Thank you for making the time to come down. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. This was my first podcast. I know I don't talk a lot. Maybe next time I'll have more to say. But yeah, I'm in Modesto. If you guys want your lashes done, holler at me on Instagram.
Lash plug.
It's LANIQA, and you'll find me there. Lanika Flutter Lash Bar.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lanika. All right. And Lorna, final thoughts and how can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. My page is Lorna Helala, LornaHeilala, and my photography page is lornahelala.jpg. Yeah, I dance. I love it. I love take photos. I think I've seen you before at Full Out. So Full Out, come to Full Out. We love to dance there. We do heels, hip hop, all of it. I thought I remember you. Yeah. Any other thing?
Okay. Everything happens for a reason, huh?
Oh yeah, and thank you for the Kava.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was super late. Can I get something to go?
Yeah.
Give it to my child.
I'm like
better than melatonin.
That motorsport. Put that bitch in sports.
This is
like,
right.
Yeah.
Sorcery.
Diet cocaine.
But I wasn't. It was in my head. I didn't want to say it out loud.
Diet cocaine. Say it. Say it with your chest.
I'm appreciative for the Kava. Thank you, God, for the Kava. No, but for real, this has been an amazing experience. My second podcast experience, but in a group setting, so it was awesome. Honestly, more than I expected. I didn't know what to expect, I guess, but this has exceeded my expectations for sure. If you want to follow me, my profiles are public. Let me say request me. There's traps for all. No, I'm just kidding. Right? It's Ray_Starshine, RAE, not Y, because I ain't no man. RAE_Starshine on Instagram, or Outrageous Views. Outrageous spelled the way you think it is, but with an RAE for the rages part.
Rages.
Yeah, I be hula hooping, and you'll see my husband.
I know, super fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
You like hoops? You like LED?
I'm gonna hire you for my kids' birthday.
Yeah, come watch me. You do. Like that.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. As always, I appreciate you guys always tuning in to the live show every single night. And thank you so much for your support. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get the notification when we do go live next time. And don't forget, if you're in the Bay Area, if you're in the Cali, and all the ladies out there, if you're watching this right now, you guys want to join and be part of the podcast, reach out to me on my social media platforms because we're live out of San Francisco. Okay. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much as always. See you guys next time, next week with a new panel. And we gotta definitely get more spicier topics. And I appreciate you guys always supporting me on my channel. But see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.